Hey, what's up, Dr. Red? Yeah, so, funny enough, oh, my mic volume seems to be really low for some reason. Funny enough, I think I know what the issue is. Ate ham like a beta and drank water like a dog. Yeah, we had two. Bridget made a Thanksgiving dinner, and then we went to, we drove to visit my parents, and they also had one. So yeah, I'm kind of over turkey for now, that's for sure. I have fucking had enough, dude. Okay, and then I wanted to check something here because... Sound tired? Well, I have not slept yet today. Normally I would take a nap before, normally I would take a nap before the stream, but I have not done that yet. But it's fine. I feel fine. 3k points already. I changed some mic settings around and they were really bad. So now I'm having to like claw my way back to the original settings that I fucking had. And I have most of them the same, but there's just a couple that I still need to get back to the original spots. Yeah, I'll have to give it a good, hey, what's up, Gavin? I'll have to give it a good hour to see if Jordan's gonna be here or not. Before we decide whether or not we're playing CVX tonight. Neck beard itchy. I can't stand that, man. I gotta keep it shaved. Mostly, at least.
Hi.
Shut the fuck up. -15. Okay. Okay, so yeah, my mic should be a little bit louder now that I did that. But it may actually be a little bit too loud. I should have enough headroom that even if I get loud... Yeah, it's fine. I've got enough headroom. I'll just leave it at... It was just different compressor settings was all. But it's not a problem. So I got my VOD muted again. My last VOD of Inferno got muted when I was on a Be Right Back screen. I don't know which song did it, but I just went ahead and removed the only other Silent Hill Homecoming song that I have in my playlist, because so far those seem to be the ones that trigger it every fucking time. So I went ahead and removed that. So we don't have to worry about that anymore, so that's cool. Konami trying to mute Peak. Well, I mean, it was just a Be Right Back screen, but it's fucking annoying for the VODs because there's so much just missing audio now. You know what I mean? I always hate that. I don't want any of my stream to just lose audio. And that's the reason why I need to start locally recording these. But the problem with locally recording is that I would need to have like a 10 terabyte fucking hard drive to be able to store a bunch of hour-long 1080p 60 FPS streams, you know what I mean? Like several hour long. And I can only store a handful of them at a time, so kind of rough. Yeah, then the file corrupts or some bullshit happens and it's like, oh, your whole locally recorded stream is gone. And you're fucked. Nothing you can do about it. Can you turn that fan off? Please. But yeah, Mag has been working tirelessly to get the October streams uploaded, so I appreciate her very much for that. She got, just in the past 2 days, 4 videos got uploaded. Missing Children, Cry of Fear, and the podcast demo that I did with Nemesis on the 25th, and then the Village of Shadow, or not Village of Shadows, but the RE Village playthrough is now uploaded from the 27th and the 28th. So we now only have 4 streams left, and then the October Marathon is fully uploaded, and we're ready to move on. So, hey, what's up, Rose? Because that is your only name. But yeah, hope everybody did have a good Thanksgiving. I very much am glad that it's over, but at the same time, it's always cool to go visit family. But man, the driving really got to me because I couldn't sleep the night before, so I stayed up the whole fucking night. And on the drive home, there was this fucking Justin Bieber song, which I'm not gonna play. The guy who made the RE4 RPG Maker game sent me a message saying he added a lot of stuff, hyped to play more of it. Did they have mac and cheese? They actually did not. But they did make turkey, ham. Sounds like you're part of a secret agency. We had macaroni, though. Bridget made it. And it was fucking great. But they had turkey, mashed potatoes, ham, stuffing, and then they had casserole as well. Yeah, Bridget made some. But yeah, the ham was fucking amazing. Like, that was the main thing that we grabbed for leftovers. I fucked that shit up. God, it was so good. Yeah, the drive itself was only like an hour and 40 minutes to and from. It just was so exhausting because like I remember like where I had been up all night, I just felt this sense of dread. I was like, you know, because we were supposed to leave at about 9 in the morning, but we just kept like delaying it and taking way too long to get ready. So then by the time we actually left, it was like noon. Hard to get around the fat, so I just eat it. Nah, I can't do the fat on ham or turkey. But yeah, I remember just feeling this sense of dread before we left. Like, holy fuck, I haven't slept at all. This is gonna suck. And it was pretty much right. I mean, the experience there didn't suck, but just the fact that I was so tired did. And I was already kind of maxed out on coffee because I had stayed up all night watching fucking videos. Yeah, you have tons of gifted subs. Dread. Yeah. Dude, remember people used to call you Dread X? I was like, oh, no. I looked at him and I said, call him that one more time, motherfucker, I dare you. Call him that one more fucking time. Dread X, ZZ, all separate. Good lord. Could they possibly overdo it anymore? But yeah, with these different stream settings, I can actually sit a little bit further away and it's not so annoying. I'm going to save this profile as it is so you guys can hear the other heinous profile. Okay, here's the other heinous profile that I made. You guys think this sounds fucking terrible? Or is it just me? Is it bad? Thumbs down. Bridget gave me a thumbs down. It's so boomy though, dude. Because I wanted to fake. This is what happens when people fake a radio voice. When you don't have one, but you try really hard. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then you go back to the real world, where your voice sounds like this, and this is what the mic actually sounds like. Was that bass bothering your ears? It was? Wow, Bridget said...
Cheapo.
No, look, guys. It's totally... What's up, by the way, Mag? Look, it's totally not fake. This is my absolute 100% real voice. Don't even worry about it, dude. I'm definitely ready for the radio. And I can even sit really far away and still get the bassiness, dude. But if you get right up on it, holy shit. That's too much, dude. In any universe, that's too much. Absolute 100% real. And you know what? Anyone who says otherwise has never been on the radio. Just kidding. We're back to the real world now. It actually still has plenty of bass if you talk right into it. People need help. Burps of uncontrolled proportions. How was your day at work, Meg? Did you just get off work? You must be fucking exhausted. I can't even imagine. I worked, and then like a dumbass, I didn't take a nap, so I'm kind of feeling a little bit blech right now, but it's alright. One of your AirPods died? That's a tragedy. Yeah, so you just got off 12 minutes ago? Damn. Beast. Are you gonna tell the class about what you bought? My back has been hurting all day. My fucking neck has been hurting. Like right at the top of my back and the bottom of my neck, if that makes sense. Like right in between my shoulder blades. It's been fucked up all day. Like I couldn't, when I was trying to do lane changes and I was driving earlier, it was tough for me to even like look to the side because it fucking hurts so bad. I don't know what's up. I do this 3 times a week, but the other day, tomorrow I do it again, except earlier. What do you mean? That's so confusing. I do this 3x a week, but the other day, in parentheses tomorrow, I do it again except early. Like, what? I can't decipher that message. I'm so dumb. We're going backward in time. We're going forward in time. We're going to the other day, but also tomorrow. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I was highly confused. You gotta understand my brain is a tad bit slow right now. But yeah, it's good. I mean, I think overall I'm kind of glad that that's all over. So now the only thing left is Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, I'm sure you guys remember I have a pair of headphones to give away. I do mac and cheese 3x a week, but the other day tomorrow I do it again except earlier, clown. That is copy pasta material. But yes, I have a pair of headphones to give away. Yeah, I was going to ask you, are you going to share with the class about your jiggler? And get your minds out of the gutter, by the way. She'll explain what it is. I do Chadness 3x a week. But yeah, I have a pair of headphones just like this that I'm giving away. I'm going to roll on the 1st of December for all subscribers for a pair of these. Sony MDR 7506s. They're very popular studio professional headphones. I mean, they flat out say studio monitor. How bad could they be? But they're very good headphones. I've been using these for about a year. I had one pair, and then lately I've been a little goblin going on eBay, scooping up like new pairs or pairs that are still in the box but haven't been used for a big discount. So I didn't scream, how bad could they be? Dude. Even so, the compressor keeps it from blowing y'all's ears out. What made you think of that, though, Mag? What made you think that you needed to do that or to buy it? Did you just want to trick people, dude? But that is smart, though. I'm not going to lie. That is a smart play. Using auto clicker. You guys remember Cookie Clicker, the game? That game was fucking awesome. I don't know if you guys remember that at all. You knew about them from all the kids on Zoom school? Oh, I didn't even know that was a... But yeah, bottom line is I need to do more hours. That's really what it all comes down to. I need to stop being lazy. I need to put in more hours with the stream for sure. And I just need to work harder. October's hours were astronomical, of course. So my soup is in our chat all day and can see who was away, and it just looked kind of unprofessional. Yeah. But yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do more hours, and on top of that, I just need to I need to do longer streams while also doing more of them. So I'm definitely gonna be live as often as I possibly can be until the end of the year. And I would love to see like a year in review how many hours I've done. I can't even fathom the amount of hours I've streamed this year. It's got to be nuts. Probably close to 1,000, I would have to guess, because we're at like 1,800 hours for the past couple of years. Hit brother with 5 crouching roundhouses, then did an overhead and 1 in third strike. He needs to learn how to parry. That's his own fault, dude. Oh, shush, ma'am. What are you talking about? Who is here, dude? But yeah. Making fun of my jiggler or want one yourself? Well, I'm trying the method that doesn't require me to have a jiggler. Oh god, that'll never... Mag, you started something. See, we have to wait and see if Jordan shows up, because Jordan is the one who requested Code Veronica, so if he doesn't show up, then we won't play it tonight. Oh yeah, so I did pick up Death Stranding. I picked up Death Stranding Director's Cut because it was $23, and I actually have some walking around money, dude. So we can browse the sale for a sec. We can browse the sale for a sec and see if there's anything halfway fucking decent. Alive Stranding? No. Everyone I talked to today was short with me and it was annoying as hell. Yeah, honestly, same. I had a couple people. The one thing that will set me off, honestly, I have a very long fuse. The Corey's $30 now. I have a very long fuse, but the one question that tips me off in fucking IT is when people are like, what are we gonna do to keep this from happening again? And then they talk to me like I'm a fucking child. So what are we gonna do to make sure this doesn't happen again? You go fuck yourself. Go sit on a dragon dildo. That's what we're gonna do. For legal purposes, that's a joke. By the way. Just thought I'd point that out. Red Dead 2 for $19.79. Up to 75% off. It's so bright, fuck. Oh no, Dr. Red, please no. That is questionable. If anything you've typed has ever been questionable, that's it. Persona 5 Royal for $41. That's okay, but you can play this for free on Game Pass, so not really worth it there. Unless you're just very, very adamant that you never want to use Game Pass for some reason. Yeah, the Final Fantasy VII Remake would be cool. Like, I don't have to really worry about graphics cards anymore. Like, I'm pretty much solid on that. The Jackbox Party Pack 9. I was looking something up for a caller that wasn't in our primary database and had to do some digging, and the asshat said doesn't normally take this long. Yeah. You gotta love it. And I also get people that call me and they're like, yeah, can you just do your little song and dance and fix it already? Because I'm kind of busy right now. Jesus, I hate that. Do your little song and dance. Like, no, I can't just do that. Some of it's going to require you to fucking help me, bitch. God, I just hate when people have an attitude like that. It's like, you called me for help, motherfucker. I'm not a performing monkey. Except on here, I guess I am a performing monkey. I mean, I literally am. I'm playing the games that you guys request, and I have no choice in them. I have no say in the matter. $20 for Detroit. It's like, it's your job. You're not a hired servant, so they can pee off and eat grass like vegans. True. Highly true, in fact. Yeah, Detroit is a pretty good, that's a pretty good price. $20 dues. Wow, Village is $30. What a fucking ripoff still. But I guess where the DLC just came out, that kind of makes sense. Persona 4 Golden for 13 is a good sale, but I've already got that. Ghostwire Tokyo. Isn't Ghostwire also made by Shinji Mikami of Evil Within fame? Wow, they recommend a GTX 1080 for this? What the fuck? I want to play the Rose DLC, but not the campaign in reverse. You don't have to play the campaign to play the Rose DLC, do you? You have Village, don't you? I don't even remember. Is your Steam name just MagLizzle? Because I can't check your like game list without knowing what your Steam name is. Last online 2 weeks ago, not a real gamer. Quite simply, not a real gamer, dude. May or may not have made the stamp miscreens today when it was slow. Oh, can you leak them possibly, dude? Can you leak them online? Quite simply not a real gamer. I ordered a different XLR cable that's better shielded but has the same end, and it's still a black wire. So it's a like double thickness cable, but the end connector here is the exact same, so it won't even look that different to you guys. Can you leak them online? On the internet, dude? You only have 11 games. You do have RE6, I remember that. 41 hours on RE7. I respect that. I respect that. Did you beat it on Madhouse? I'm pretty sure you did. You have a lot of achievements, damn. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello. You've beaten it on Madhouse many times. Says who? Wow, you have an achievement I don't. Complete Ethan Must Die. Oh, you have the get all the coins in Madhouse as well. Two or more enemies with one shot. Says who? The nightmare is finally over. Who's your... Yes, you did get Madhouse on January 16th. I'm starting to consider giving you your gamer card back, but not quite yet. You have a lot more to prove, young lady, before I actually give it back to you. As of right now, it's still revoked. As of right now, it's still revoked. You got a lot of work left to do before you can prove to me that you're ready to get it back. Yeah, you have to do... that's perfect. You know what, Dr. Red? I was just thinking that. The gears were turning. I was like, what does she have to do? Perfect timing. You have to complete Resident Evil 3 on Inferno. And when that happens, I want you to walk into the stream and I want you to say, I did it. And I'm going to check your profile. And if you somehow jiggled your way to the end of Inferno and did complete it and I see the achievement, at that point I will present you with your card. and we can just go about our business. It doesn't have to be this rigmarole. It doesn't have to be this nonsense that it is now. You're escalating it, dude. I didn't make the mountain out of the molehill, okay? And if you're going to continue to accuse me of making mountains out of molehills, I'll just throw a tantrum. I mean, it's quite simple. What? What have I done? I thought I was being reasonable. You know, some people are just not willing to be reasonable. And we need that in America. We need reasonability. We need sensibility. We need... I'm actually not even using a seat cushion. So you just epically own... You just pranked yourself. I'm not even using a seat cushion, dude. I stopped using it because it forces my lumbar cushion into a position where it doesn't actually support my lumbar. No, I don't use it for work either. Anyways. Listen, my main point is... What? No. I clicked it. You can't delete it. Ha! I clicked it. You cannot delete it. These are .movs. These are movies. These are not just screens. These are moving images. These are moving images. They are not just photographs. A photograph is not reality. It's a photograph. 4K. Moving images, dude. What have we got here? Oh! I saw the video. Oh, shit. I do 4K 3x a week. But the other day, tomorrow, I do it again, except earlier. I have the volume. Oh. I guess there's no volume. I guess there's no volume or no music. Oh, this might have the music. I gotta turn it down. It's gonna be so loud. Okay. Ooh, this is beautiful. Holy shit. This is awesome, Meg. And it's all thanks to my idea to use... Here, I'll say it in your... I'll say it with your pronunciation. Krampus. Would you recommend this headset? Well, actually, unlucky for you, Dr. Red, I hovered over the link and it actually told me. I hovered over the link and it actually told me what it is. So you effed up. I saw it. I like how it says no ads. Different link plus no ads. Got him. Got-o. Went with the Roman numeral. Stampmus MMVVII. Yeah. I'm gonna just save these here. Just gonna download these. Fuck, I gotta stop fucking yawning, man. It's super fucking hot in here. I just took a hot shower. Like, my eyes are kind of itching because my brushes aren't clean and I'm fucking really tired for some reason and I'm just feeling fucked right now. I'm feeling fucked. Wait, I like how this said... Wait, did you make these in AVS, Mag? Did you make these in AVS? Because it said something about the project files coming from AVS. Because first of all, I thought we'd moved on to DaVinci. I thought me and you had sorted this out. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate it. These screens are fucking awesome as usual. So I'm going to go ahead and store these. 2022. And we're going to put these here. Boom. Did I just copy them? Yeah, I gotta delete these because they're taking up space. Put them over here. Okay. That's my email, simpleton. Left side of back itching, about to make mistake. Oh no. Oh, God. I almost bought a an Elgato green screen today. Fuck. Thankfully I saw sense and I didn't actually do it. Because I kind of agree with Panda, where I don't necessarily need one. I have 24 out of 32 achievements in RE3 Remake. Only 9% of people. For a game with as big of a player base as RE3 Remake, or just the Resident Evil remakes in general, for only 9% of people to have done something, that's pretty small, I would say. Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, yeah, they did just put that. They did just put that album out. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, I always liked their vibe.
Oh god. Stop fucking yawning. Fuck.
I can't stop fucking yawning, man. Oh, by the way, there's a new DSP fast food rant. Do you guys want to see it? Babe, wake up. There's a new fast food DSP rant. Yes. Stop or I'll yawn too. I'm sorry, Mag. I know you're exhausted. I don't know how you... Because you're doing 10-hour shifts. I don't know how you do it. Well, I mean, seriously, dude. Look at Mag. She, while doing 10-hour shifts, she made the screens. She's been uploading the YouTube videos. Like, Mag, you're actually insane. Why do you work so hard? Cricked my index finger upper portion. Damn it, dude. My C drive is getting really full, so my shit's gonna get laggy again. I know. I streamed like... The only days I didn't stream were for 3 movie nights. Every other night I was live. And you know what? Honestly, taking that time off was a mistake. It really was. Because by the time it hit like November 9th, I think we watched 3, Trick or Treat, The Hills Have Eyes, and then what would have been the... Oh yeah, House of Wax. So we did watch 3. Yeah. House of Wax was so fun, dude. We were all fucking dying laughing by the end of that. It was awesome. Yeah, Hills Have Eyes. There was a 3rd. Oh, but yeah. So I was just watching this. I can't remember if it was a Snort Burnell video. Yeah, it was.
This is how to play the game.
Dun 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit.
Made the finale into 3 videos. My ass was not about to upload a 14-hour video. I know. When you told me that about it, like, crashing your editing software, I was like, I feel so bad. Yeah, Lorne.
Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
This guy got the absolute cheapest packaging you could have.
November 24th, Karen Burnell whining over his fast food. He should say again. This happens all the time.
A fucking aluminum container with a piece of cardboard on top. cardboard for something that has sauce and cheese? Can you use a single brain cell? Immediately you say, wait a minute. Cardboard for sauce and cheese is a bad idea. Cardboard gets wet. Cardboard gets disgusting when it's wet. They're just...
I'm a Karen.
Okay? So, I'm not kidding you. It's sitting on our front doorstep, and you can see in the bag, the entire bottom of the bag is sauce. There's about this much sauce in the bottom of the bag that's seeped through both packages that are stacked on top of each other, squishing each other down, sauce squirting everywhere.
Again, it's
What
a
the
complaint
fuck?
about sauce, yeah.
So I pick up
Dude,
the
I
bag,
almost gave up and uploaded the
bag
raw
is
file.
dripping on my front doorstep, Mexican sauce.
His voice
So
is
basically,
funnier
I run
up
it
pitched
to
like
my
this too.
sink in my kitchen. All right, it's going everywhere. I open it. Of course, the food is fucking destroyed. You open it, the enchilada is like flattened. All the ingredients are all over the fucking place. It's destroyed. I had 2 enchiladas. Mine were completely crushed to one side of the container. Everything smashed and destroyed. Now you might say, well, maybe it's the person who delivered it. I mean, maybe. But the thing is, the other place has it in proper containers. They put it in an airtight plastic container. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to seep. It's not going to leak. It's not going to, you know what I mean? By the way, so it's the same exact chain. No chips, no salsa. I checked off. Give us your
No
utensils.
chips and no salsa. Oh my god, it's over, dude. No chips and no salsa. Oh god, dude.
No utensils, nothing. So basically, one chain you go to, one franchise, you get amazing packaging. You get free chips and salsa. You get everything you want, all nice, perfect. You go to the other one, your food's fucking destroyed, and they don't even give you the things you're supposed to get with it.
I want to pet her someday, Meg. That cat. If you're talking about the orange cat baby. That's a good baby.
What kind of a fucking experience is this? Again,
And people are like, oh, it feels like a Karen, right?
and the thing is,
Yeah, because you are.
They don't give you the choice. It's not like if I was ordering on the app and it said, oh, by the way, you're not ordering from your usual location. It's going to come from this one instead. I'd be like, well, you know, don't do it then. Cancel the order. So, basically, we tried to eat some of it. It was disgusting. Even you could tell like my beans, I had black beans. They were bland as shit. Have you ever eaten black beans that were bland? I've never had Mexican black beans with no flavor. They had no seasoning on them whatsoever, right? So it's obvious this chain doesn't give a fuck. This owner, whoever owns this particular one, a skinflint, a cheapskate. Don't give the customer anything. Smash the food. Who gives a fuck, right? So
Exactly, Dr. Red, you
we were
do.
able to get some credit for the food.
Yeah, Zero
Some,
visits me a lot while I work, but Snick doesn't really care.
What are you gonna do? We argued that this is basically inedible food. It's not fair because we didn't choose to get it from that particular one. So basically, we got the case referred to a manager, and the manager was like, "All right, we'll give you this much." I was like, "All right, it's better than nothing."
Karen Burnell.
So I did get some credit towards my next order or whatever. All right. So anyway, the food. I'll be honest. The food sucked. You know, it's our one day a week where we don't cook, where we get to order out food, and the food sucks ass. And it really is a bad experience when that happens. Like, damn, you know, it's a freaking one day a week. Get to not cook, and this is what we have to fucking eat today. It's gross. What? An anonymous tipper says Google says your net worth
That's
is
true,
$1
Mac.
to
My laptop
$5
is very
billion.
warm.
Is that personal wealth, or is that including Burnell Enterprises as well?
Burnell Enterprises. What the fuck? What is Burnell Enterprises?
If you were to total up, let's say everything I own, and let's say I owned it all outright.
I think the pig pen is about 400K, but the place stinks and it's never been cleaned since Pig Roach bought it. I don't think it's worth anything to anyone but Pig Roach.
Which I don't. Let's assume I owned this house, I owned my car, I owned everything in the house, I wasn't making payments. Let's assume that I own everything. Okay? It's not worth $1 million. Not even close. I don't even think it's worth $500,000. Okay? Not even close.
The pig pen.
You know, the most valuable asset is my house, but I still have a mortgage on the house that I owe 22 years of payments on. So no, I don't, you know, that's nonsense. That's ridiculous. Now, if you're talking about,
No, they're both good, Mag.
potential value
As long as you're happy with it, that's the most important thing. I know you like pink, so.
I mean, here's the thing. How do you value a YouTube business?
Sounds like Google doesn't know what the hell they're talking about.
Of course, he knows better than Google.
If I was worth that much, that'd be great. I'm sure I'd be in a much better position. But like most things, they don't know what they're talking about. I 1,000,000% agree. By the way, my wife agrees with me. Wings agrees with me.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know if we're going to hit $100 in tips. I'm not gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be answering. I'm not gonna be talking about it constantly.
See, this what he does. I love how he does this. He subtly brings up, I don't think we're going to make the donation goal tonight, guys. Because he's just trying to put that in their head of like, oh, I better donate tonight. You see what he does? It's so scummy. Oh, we're watching DSP videos, guy. You have a gamer girl status to uphold, need the pink. You know, it's funny. You like pink so much, but you never wear pink. What's up with that? You never wear pink. You don't have any pink hair. I don't know. I think I might even need to revoke your gamer girl status, dude. I think we're going to go a step further than just the gamer card tonight.
Or anything today. As you guys know, last few weeks I've dramatically.
You only wear black? I don't believe that. Only I am allowed to wear only black. Okay? Everything I do is black. Except for my hair, which is brown.
Because so many people saying it got so bad, and I agree with you. I don't want it to be all about that. I'll just say this up front because we're about to get started. This is my only stream of the day. Alright? It would be great if you like the content, if you like Ask the King.
The content.
If you appreciate me being here on Thanksgiving. Support the stream in any way you can. As simple as giving a like. As simple as, you know, becoming a member. Super chat, super sticker tip. It's all appreciated. And if we hit $100 in tips, then we'll do a vest instead of a hat. That way you get a reward.
What is
Fair
a
enough?
super sticker?
As you guys know, I love what I do for a living. I eBay, right? You're constantly asking your viewers and your fans for contribution.
Ducky Smurf asked the following.
That's the big segment.
You had mentioned a conversation with your mother about establishing a 10-year plan to grow your business. It's actually completely incorrect. We'll talk about that in a moment. You also had mentioned over a year ago you had an interest in growing your brand by eventually establishing a network of content for your businesses. As times change, quite frequently as a content creator, and as things stand now, where do you in your career as a content creator, where do you see it going in 10 years? Any steps you've taken to grow your channel moving forward? Is there any plan to one day retire from streaming, gaming, or other content? When you're able to retire from streaming, what would you like to have done with your channel and content? Is there any way that you'd like to finally leave the platform, whichever one that may be at the time? And I had a major conversation with my mother at that point. And essentially...
Mama Burnell wanted Pig Roach to stop embarrassing the Burnell dynasty, but Pig Roach obviously had other plans to get even more money on the side and be a full-time beggar. Yeah, so a couple of years ago, he detailed a story. He told the story about the 10-year plan. He even titled the stream something about the 10-year plan, where he had gone and visited his mom, or visited his parents, his mom and his dad, and he told them how much debt he was in, and they covered his debt. They were like, how much do you need? He told them, they gave him the money, but she said, you have to pay me back across the next 10 years. Okay. And she was also telling him that she didn't think a YouTube career was sustainable. She's absolutely right. It is not sustainable. And yeah, he was asked about the 10-year plan recently, and he has completely memory holed it, and he's just pretended that it doesn't exist. And that's what he's going to do here. He's going to pretend that that never happened. We're all crazy. We have no idea what we're talking about, and a bunch of other bullshit. So I bought Hulu on Black Friday. 12 months for $199. That's actually not a bad. Yeah, she literally bought the entirety of Hulu. It is now hers to do her bidding. But that actually does, before we continue the video, that actually does bring up a good point. I actually do agree with one thing that he's saying, which is that if you're, well, he's not even necessarily saying it, but if you want to take content creation or whatever you're doing seriously, you should not think of it as a short-term thing. If you want to make it your career, you should think of it as a 10-year goal at a minimum, you know? Mr. Beast has talked about that with podcasts and stuff, but I think he's absolutely right. I think if you're taking something seriously enough and you really want it, then you should think of it in terms of like a 10-year situation and not like a, you know, because it's just more than that. It's not, you bought the worst streaming platform. Well, it's like, you know, it's like people talk about a It's like people talk about a diet, you know, a diet is a lifestyle change. It's not just oh, let's diet for 6 months and then we'll just go back to exactly what we were doing and literally no progress was made, you know? Like, you have to work for that shit. You got to take it very seriously and you got to work for that shit. So, you know, and I think that's part of the commitment is committing to 10 years is a lot harder. Committing to 10 years is a lot harder in my mind than committing to a year or so. My hormones have been bad the past few days, like I've been in a bad mood. I mean, I feel ya. It hits me every now and then too. I mean, I wouldn't say it's my hormones. Me personally, I'm just a little pissant bitch all the time, so. Anyways.
We came to two decisions. Decision number one was that I was going to basically declare bankruptcy. That there was no way that I was going to move forward with my life with the amount of debt that I had. I was never going to pay it off. So I had to declare bankruptcy. That was decision number one. Okay? Decision number two was that I was going to have a plan, essentially a 10-year plan, where I was going to try to phase myself out of being a YouTube content creator and try to get a real-life job.
McDonald's. Big Sloppy Meat wants to know what he was banned for. Alright, fine. Let's see. You posted up multiple times in the chat that McDonald's and Target is hiring, and he put my name in for consideration without my knowledge.
Because basically things you could see, like the money I was making was declining at the time. People were hating on me all over the internet and not liking me, you know, all over me. And we were at the point where basically the harassment had gotten so bad. Like, my mother was like, how could you go on with your life, right? If this is going to be every moment is going to be harassment and messed up things happening to you. And I guess you're right. She's like, you're not beholden to people on the internet. Your life is your own. Yet the life that you're living, because you're on the internet with your job, you kind of are beholden to them, which is stupid. Why have your whole life be controlled by these people on the internet? And I was like, you know, you're kind of right. But what happened? Within less than a year, right?
Yeah, I actually got a notice that if I didn't turn on, well, the cowboy hat is like, it's part of his quote unquote brand. Where if the pay pigs donate enough, then he'll put the hat on. But the thing that happened is I actually got an email from Twitch where it said if I did not enable the setting that kept my videos unpublished, that they would hit me with a DMCA because my videos had been muted multiple times for the same two tracks, which were The Terminal Show and Cold Blood from Silent Hill Homecoming. So I removed those two from my playlist, and I also removed the other Silent Hill Homecoming song, which was Witchcraft. So all the Homecoming music is now out of my playlist. So if my VOD gets muted again, then I'll just have to think of something else entirely. I'll just have to stop using Silent Hill music, sadly. Yeah, that fucking Terminal Show song.
Of me having that conversation with my mother, COVID happened. And what happened during COVID? Literally, the world changed. Businesses, jobs, entire industries. And at that point, all right, if I had decided that I was going to quit content creation, right, and I started phasing out, and imagine if I had tried to get a real-world job, I probably would have lost it. Imagine, right, if I decided that's it for me, I'm going to just, you know, throw in the towel and go get a brick-and-mortar job, maybe 2 brick-and-mortar jobs because I would have to.
I don't think he can, though.
Get a job that's going to pay as much as me being a YouTuber, honestly.
No.
You know, I'd be in a situation where basically I'd probably lose everything. If no one's going to pick me up in an office, I've been out of the industry since 2010. Who the hell's going to pick me up for like a customer support job or anything in the helicopter or aviation industry? No one. I've been out of the job for too long, you see? So basically, that's out. There's no way I could do an in-person job and be successful because that's just not what I've experienced in anymore. But what the 10-year plan has essentially evolved into is within 10 years, diversify myself enough on the internet that now I'm not just the gamer guy anymore, right? Now I'm known for other things, right? You can watch my podcast, you can come to a React event, you can see Phil do other, and not even care about the gameplay, and that's all well and good. And maybe because of that, there'll actually be some potential for growth, as opposed to, oh, it's just Phil sitting here playing games all day and he'll never grow, right? So that's really the new 10-year plan, even though it's not new.
In short, Pig Roach's future is a lot of begging, playing mostly only games with a lot of hype behind it, and reacting to everything possible to suck as much money as possible. Yeah, the Rose DLC was a decent length. I mean, it was only $20, but it was like 5 hours. That was a decent long stream. He could definitely get a customer service job. He's just being overly dramatic here, as usual.
We're
What's
essentially
new?
3 years into that plan. This year was a huge year for me for that, okay? And yes, there'll be more in the future that I'm going to be talking about very soon. Some plans in particular for next year, some announcements that I have, some new stuff coming that I think you guys are going to really like. I'm not sure exactly how 100% how it's going to be implemented yet, but I've got things in the works for 2023 based on a lot of things that have happened this year that I think you guys particularly are going to really enjoy. Okay? So, I'll let you know more about that as we get closer to it, but as of now, yes, the plan is in effect, and diversification is in effect, and it's not always just going to be about Phil playing games moving forward. That's failing. Let's be honest.
Oh,
There's an
wow.
audience for it. I love doing it.
He
I love
admitted it.
doing but that can't just be what I do forever. We've got to diversify, and I'm working on that right now. So there you go.
The reactionary content is the worst kind of content. It's like, I have nothing to say or do myself. I can't do anything creative or positive for myself. So instead, I take what other people say and do, and then I comment on it.
And now
That's
he's
not
doing it.
Creative content. That's the easiest way out. Literally, you do nothing of any work or effort, you get paid. It's a free fucking paycheck to just sit there and go, pause, say 1, 2 words, unpause, and, you know, literally, there's nothing to it at all, okay? And anyone could do it. All they care about is this. They want your view and your money. They don't want to make meaningful content for you. I know there's zero effort in it.
Rejection.
There's no thought put into it. It's literally, I'm just going to sit here, press play, and make money, and do nothing for it. I didn't put any effort, any work, any thought. It was just me reacting to something I'm watching. Wow, I made a paycheck today for absolutely nothing because people are stupid.
Wow.
Now, as we're
What an
retiring
ass.
all of that, I have no plans to do that anytime soon. You know, that's all based on many things. Will my interest ever wane in making content and interacting with you guys on the internet? Will my health or age ever have a reason that limits me from doing it? I don't know. We may see that happen. We may not, right? But for me, it's not really concerned at 40 years old. I got many, many more years of doing this in me, I feel. Okay?
Oh my god, he's drinking gin. Yes.
I love this one.
Hold on.
What the hell is that?
A very generous
Actually.
$30 tip from 1 Minute Man today.
False. Fuck that, Phil. You are a dirty, rotten liar.
1 Minute Man has upped the ante.
Well, so 1 Minute Man, basically people have done a bunch of research and they have determined that 1 Minute Man doesn't even exist and that this is just a false viewer that he uses to basically get people inspired to donate. And it makes perfect sense with the way he's doing it because he's like, oh, this guy has now upped the ante with a generous donation. It's like, if that's not even real, he's just trying to get people thinking about donating again.
$1 tip from 1 Minute Man today.
False. Fuck that, Phil. You are a dirty, rotten liar.
1 Minute Man has upped the ante. Thank you so much, 1 Minute Man, for the extra generous tip today on Thanksgiving. For me to set up any opportunity to play with any viewer would literally just be recreating the troll element again. And that just gives them the opportunity to try to pick up where they left off all those years ago.
You know a lot of 1 minute.
That's
Oh,
really the
no.
reason why I don't do fan lobbies.
You actually do, though, is the thing.
I used to. It used to be a
I'm not one of
thing
them.
I used to do until
But you
the
do.
ruined it. I had no problem every Christmas time do an entire week of just fan multiplayer. I thought it was something fun to do. You know what? Did those videos ever get giant views on YouTube? Did I make giant bank making that? No, I did not. In fact, that was basically kind of a week of sacrifice for the viewers, saying
A week of sacrifice? Get outta here, dude.
Stuff and give back to the viewers. Let's do multiplayer all week. You know, but it became not viable anymore because of the trolling.
Thanks for the money, dummies. Because that's exactly what you fucking are. A bunch of fucking empty-headed idiots who paid me money to get absolutely nothing out of it. Thanks. Wow.
God, his laugh. Just so grating.
You know, it's just kind of the same. I know if I set up any multiplayer with viewers, they would just be taken advantage of again by these. So that's why I don't do it. You know, maybe in the future there would be a situation like with Street Fighter 6. Maybe eventually we could set up like a lobby where we have viewers and fans try to join and fight me or whatever. We'll see. I don't know how the online capabilities of that game.
Oh, I just saw you said that about Rose's face model. Yeah, that's kind of similar to Mia, though, because Mia, they took a combination of her voice actress and her face model, and they made basically an amalgamation of those two, kind of similar to what they did with Jill.
You know, we'll see. But for now, no, I don't have any immediate plans to recreate the whole situation where these people can come back to my community and harass my community members, harass me. It just doesn't make sense. Why recreate that same situation that we know has already been abused in the past? It's not like things have changed. It's not like I'm the more beloved content creator on the internet anymore. If anything, these people are still around and they're still harassing, right? So I say, just leave it be and enjoy the content.
Well, you're not beloved. You're right about that.
Been there, done that. Liked it, had to stop doing it because of idiots ruining it.
Oh my god, he's drinking gin. Gin is great. Alright guys, until next time.
120 in fake tips without the fake pay pig 1mm.
Thank you so very much for watching Ask the King. I'll see you next year for the next episode. Peace out, everyone.
Massive rant about 1mm. You created the lolcow monster. So this was basically after a decent amount of time of him being like people demanding that he answer who is this 1 Minute Man guy and why is there no evidence that he has ever existed. He went on a rant for the ages, and we're not going to watch this whole video, but he went on the mother load of all fucking rants about it.
I got people in here that are trying to derail everything and not talking about anything related.
He went on the mother of all fucking rants.
Every day he's here, he's toxic. If you can tip me today, that is absolutely the preferred method of contribution, because that's something I can use right away for something important. Now we have a new thing that we started a few days ago.
Oh.
The Magic 8 Ball. If you tip $8 or more in one go, you can ask the Magic 8 Ball a question.
Do you think people not tipping in their name should be one alias when doing so? It feels like recently there's drama and conspiracy around who's behind anonymous tipping. It's distracting. Everyone should do like 1 Minute Man, protect but no drama. I don't give a no one should, okay? Seriously.
Here it is.
Oh, there's been drama and conspiracy around who's behind anonymous tipping. Who cares? It's not your business. Are you tipping? No. It's not you doing the
Yeah, the rant about Burger King was unbelievable.
How is it your business? How are you involved?
1mm is basically a tool for him, which has two functions. The first is to encourage tip donations, and the second is to protect his fragile ego. I think it's all about the first one. Because, you know, if you're at an auction house and somebody keeps bidding the price up, it's going to motivate other people to bid. Same concept here. You know, this 1mm mystery person keeps donating. So everybody else is like, well, now I got to donate to match him, dude. What's up, sick boy?
Involved? Why do you care? Why are we even?
Yes, we're watching DSP again.
What pertinence does this have to anything on Earth? Who contributes to a streamer? You're a fucking idiot. You're crazy. Who fucking cares who tips on a streamer's stream? Who gives a fuck about?
Yeah, here he goes. Here's the mother of all rants.
Why does this matter to anyone with a logical brain? If you do that,
so if you don't know about this sick boy, basically there's this username that has popped up and just donates astronomical amounts of money called 1mm or 1 Minute Man. And basically people have done the research and they have found that this person most likely doesn't even exist. And he's just using it to motivate people to donate by saying, oh, they've upped the ante by donating. And if anybody wants to challenge 1 Minute Man, they're at the top of the leaderboard, you know. It always gives him a reason to talk about donations.
If you buy into any conspiracy, if you buy into any of this that these idiots put on the internet, you are dumb. You're literally just brain dead.
And when he got called out on it, this is his reaction.
Idiotic. Stop it. Stop right now.
So butthurt and so defensive. This is fucking great. I can't believe it.
All right? Nobody cares who 1 Minute Man is, because this has always been the ongoing conspiracy around here. Who is 1 Minute Man who tips Phil on every major stream? Who fucking cares, right? Could 1 Minute Man be a long-standing fan of mine, and this is their way of anonymously supporting me every day?
I think that in the beginning we all believed that he was real, but not even the largest whales give money so consistently every day and at the same time. Yeah, that's the other thing. It always happens when there's a quiet part and he hasn't gotten a donation for like an hour or so. Then magically 1 Minute Man pops up and donates.
1 Minute Man actually be someone in the chat and they just use an alias to tip? Maybe. Could 1 Minute Man be someone who no one knows, no one's ever heard of, and is just someone who feels that they're
True, Mag. True.
or someone who's good on the internet, Maybe they don't even watch the content, but every once in a while they say, hey, I want to support the content today. Let me do a daily donation or whatever. Who knows? Who cares? Has nothing to do with you at all. Right? Like, literally, and then people, oh, well, 1 Minute Man doesn't exist. Like, oh my god.
I guess no one is in doubt anymore if 1mm is real or not. Pig Roach is very transparent when he gets caught and starts exaggerating and insulting. He even used his ace up his sleeve and played the victim at the end of the rant.
Insane. Who cares? Even if 1 Minute Man didn't exist, who cares? How do you think it benefits me? Here's an honest question for you guys, okay? I gotta ask this question. here's what happened. Here's how the 1 Minute Man conspiracy started, alright? So 1 Minute Man was tipping on my streams fairly consistently.
Every day.
for a while.
Not fairly
And last year,
consistently.
if you remember, I got somehow kicked out of the ability to take tips on Streamlabs. You remember that?
Oh my god, he's drinking gin. Yes.
This is my favorite one.
Because I actually used to get all of my contributions through Streamlabs. Everything. Everything, you know, because it used to be on Twitch, remember that? So it used to be cheers, subs, and
Yawns.
all went through Streamlabs. And then all of a sudden, one day people say to me, I can't do a tip on Streamlabs anymore, the page is blank. So I look into it, and they're right, the page is blank. I ask Streamlabs, they ghost me, they won't answer. Now, I can still use Streamlabs. I still use pop-ups on Streamlabs for various things. So it's not like I'm banned from Streamlabs, they're just a bunch of fucking idiots.
He goes on these.
Toxic.
At that time...
He goes on these for way too long.
If you remember, I announced to everyone, until I get another page set up by which you can support my stream with tips, here's my direct PayPal link, right? I said, here it is. You could just click, you could just send the funds to this PayPal if you like directly. That'll help in the day or two until I get a new page set up.
It is, Mag, yeah.
So what happened? 1 Minute Man, who used to actually tip via the old Streamlabs method, wanted to continue to support my streams on a daily basis and started using the new direct method to my PayPal. Okay? Great. Then, eventually, in a day or two, I set up a new method, which was Stream Elements. And that's what you guys have been using for a year and a half. You just go to my Stream Elements page, you can send a tip. Alright? Not to say that Stream Elements is without bugs and stuff. It is. It has bugs and stuff.
I'm amazed he hasn't been banned from Stream Elements yet, actually.
Well, how most people tip. And I should emphasize that. Most people. Because, yes, 1 Minute Man never started using Stream Elements.
What? What?
1 Minute Man figured out, hey, if I just tip Phil directly.
And this is his excuse for never having notification. Yeah, that's the other thing. He never has notifications for this guy. He just says, oh, whoa, I got a tip. Because he says that this guy uses the direct PayPal link always.
Every day.
Always he does it.
Now, I guess if Stream Elements ever fucks up like Streamlabs does, it won't matter. I'll still be able to tip anyway. So this is why every day if 1 Minute Man tips, some days they don't, but most days they do. If they tip, right, now you don't see a pop-up on the stream. And usually...
When the streams are slow, he pretends that 1mm always donates. There have been cases when the whales appear, Pig Roach forgets 1mm. When I mentioned this in a video, suddenly Pig Roach no longer forgets to mention 1mm every day, even when the whales appear.
To believe that they actually watch the streams. Because if you haven't noticed, there's some streams that there's no tip from 1 Minute Man, and that's usually a day when we've already hit all of our tip skulls. So it must be those days like, oh, my help is not needed. Phil already did good for himself today. I'll help him on a day when he needs it.
My help is not needed?
You are a liar. A dirty, filthy liar.
And I appreciate that. That's really nice of this person.
That's the real nightmare fuel.
I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know. I don't know if 1 Minute Man is someone who's here in the chat and talks or isn't. I have absolutely no clue. And you know what? I like that. I like not knowing. Because it means there's no pressure on me that this person's going to ever get, you know, exposed to the internet, and then people will try to harm them, because I don't even know it for myself. I have no idea. There you go. That's really how it works. And the thing is, since it's been a year and a half since the Streamlabs thing, you know, ended and I started using Stream Elements, now the conspiracy theories start. Because I'll go on break, and I'll come back from my break.
There are too many days that without 1mm, Pig Roach doesn't even get $50 in tips. This obviously destroys his ego. That's why 1mm exists, at least in Pig Roach's mind.
Hey guys, during the break, 1 Minute Man tipped. So
Yeah, see, actually, my dad taught me this from a very young age, is that people who are lying tend to go into way too many of the granular details of shit that don't even matter. Like, if a person just keeps going into these minute fucking details about every tiny little detail about why they're not actually lying, that actually proves, like, beyond the shadow of a doubt that they're lying. Because if you really want to disprove someone who's accusing you of lying, it should be very easy and very quick.
Let's add that to the running tally of tips that we have for the day or whatever. Okay? Great. And then some people start saying, well, who is it? Who cares? Oh, I don't think that 1 Minute Man exists. Phil's making it all up.
That's all you had to say.
Okay?
Imagine if he answered this question by saying, who is 1 Minute Man? I don't know. Next question. It'd be so much easier if he did that, but instead he's now ranted for 7 minutes. And this is an edited version. The real version went on upwards of 20 minutes.
Let me ask everyone a question here. All right? I really need to ask this. But sadly, this will only appeal to logical people, okay? What benefit am I possibly giving myself lying about contributions?
Encourage donations and protect your ego.
Okay? What possible benefit could I reap by saying that I made more than I did every single day on a stream? Okay. The truth is, there is none. All right? It's a trick question. Because the truth is, there is none. Because all idiots can come up with is some of the dumbest reasons ever. For example, here's a really dumb justification from Wolf. Any streamer can add fake money from a fan. That would make the tip goal closer to reach. It would incentivize fans to send more money because the next reward is unlocked sooner.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So, if I'm trying to raise $150...
Did PSP make an RE5 reference?
I should lie and say that I already made more than I did, and that's somehow going to allow me to make more. What?
Yeah, you making that face doesn't make it make any less sense.
Okay, there is no logic to what you are saying. There's no logic there. That's called stupidity. You don't lie about what you made if you want to make a certain amount. Like, what? Seriously, like, what are you talking? The whole point of a goal is to incentivize people to hit said goal. That is correct. And the point of a reward, as after hitting a goal, is to say, hey, we hit it. It was a group effort, a feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of victory.
Like, I can't do it anymore, dude. But that's the thing, like, you know, he got called out for this whole situation, and instead of just being like, who is 1 Minute Man? I don't know. And I don't know why you care. Anyways, next question. That would have just, that would have alleviated so much, dude. He wouldn't have had to sit here and rant or make an ass of himself. But instead, here we are, and he's sitting here fucking going off about who this guy is and why nobody should care and why everybody's idiots. This is what he always does. He just calls everybody idiots. Well, Mag, the thing is, that would be the next game on the list. You know, if they do decide to continue remaking, that would be the next game on the list. I think they might get to a point where every Resident Evil game has been remade in the RE engine. Except for the first game, apparently. Which I personally think they should have started with. I think if they were going to remake a game to start with, they should have just done the first one, but the problem is it already has been remade and it's so good that there's no reason to do that. You're wearing men's boxers that say nuts about you? Good boxers, no comment. Imagine they skip 5 and go to 6 with a hidden message saying get wrecked, then says lol. Well, I don't think they would remake 6 just because they consider that such a monumental failure. Like, 6 actually still sold fairly well. I think it sold 4 times more copies than Silent Hill Downpour, which came out like very, very similar time in 2012. And they were, even back then in 2012, they were calling the sales numbers disappointing. And they said that the project was a large failure for them, the likes of which they hadn't seen. So, 4 unsolved disappearances with horrifying final phone calls? Hell yeah, let's go. Dude, as soon as I saw that video title, I just got giddy.
The day is July 4th, 1999, America's Independence Day. The location
Let's
is
go.
Denver, Colorado. It's a nice day with a high of 90 degrees. One family wanted to take advantage of this, and so before they went out to go watch their fireworks later that night, they all decided to go swimming in a locally known swimming hole.
I want to see Sheva in the new engine, but I can't see them releasing it with the Africa storyline nowadays. True. Because, I mean, the game already dealt with a lot of, what was that, clapping? It was me. And I'm worried they take out the online play. Well, I mean, even back then, like when the game's trailer first came out and they hadn't shown Sheva yet, there were already accusations of racism. And then when they showed the trailer with Sheva, that kind of disappeared. But I remember a few articles around the time being like, oh, this game is highly racist because it's a white guy shooting a bunch of black guys. That would be the Twitter opinion nowadays.
This is where the family would discover a pickup truck resting at the bottom of the muddy water. Not sure what to make of it, the family called the police. The local sheriff's department would be the first to respond to this scene. The truck ended up belonging to a man named Dale Williams, someone who had officially been declared missing just 6 weeks prior. Dale owned an auto body shop and was working at the time of his disappearance. One of his friends who he had hired was working with him at the time and recalls exactly what happened that day. The two were sitting in the office when the phone to the auto body shop started ringing. Dale picked it up and began talking. Now, his friend couldn't hear everything that was said, but Dale would give him a short summary when he finished the call. The caller claimed to be stranded in what's known as Paradox Valley, which was north of Dale's shop. Their motorcycle had broken down on them, and they were requesting a tow, which Dale agreed to help out with. He then set out. This call would be the last call Dale would ever answer. He never came home that night. His wife would call him multiple times, but
Clapping.
to no avail. Dale had disappeared without a trace. He was
Oh, that
officially
picture is
declared
so
missing
creepy.
that night, and over the next few days, a search consisting of hundreds of volunteers commenced, though not a single clue would result. This leads us back to 6 weeks later when Dale's truck was found in the water by a local family swimming. It was determined that at the time the truck entered the water, the ignition was
You can make my hands clap.
low crawl speed, the wheel was
Are you
turned
saying I'm
sheer
actually a
downward.
performing monkey?
This discovery led a lot of people to believe the truck ending up in the water was not an accident. Over the years, multiple different theories have surfaced under this belief. For example, some believe he's living on an island somewhere. Others believe he faked his own death.
Dance
and
monkey.
ran
Okay,
off with
okay.
another woman.
See, I'm having fun. I'm dancing. You can't say I'm not doing it. This is enjoyable.
Ultimately luring Dale to his death.
Please help.
Interestingly, Dale had 2 daughters, and somewhat recently, one of them took to Reddit under the sub r/AskMeAnything. She gave the whole story, and comments started flooding in. One commenter asked her what she herself believes happened to her dad. She would simply reply, "I think he was murdered. Why or by who, I don't know." Some speculate the person responsible was a man that was one of Dale's ex-friends.
Flashbanged.
1 year before Dale had gone missing, him and his wife had helped move the man's ex-wife away from him out of state to safety without his knowledge. This clearly made the man angry, as a month after the move, he put torn up pictures of the 4 of them next to bullets all scattered on the ground of Dale's shop. So clearly a motive is there. And it turns out that after Dale's disappearance, he was even captured taking down missing posters of Dale around the town.
Oh, Jesus.
He
Yeah,
was
that's
brought
prime
into
suspect.
questioning, but denied any involvement. He ended up passing a polygraph test, and supposedly had an alibi around the time Dale went missing. Thus, he would be ruled out by law enforcement. To this day, it's unknown where Dale is, or who called his shop the day of his disappearance. Back in 1991, a then 22-year-old named Angela Hammond was living in Clinton, Missouri.
I think I've seen this.
She was a student at Central Missouri State University, meanwhile also working at a bank. On April 4th, Angela and her fiancé, Rob Schaefer, had plans to go to a barbecue together. When it started wrapping up, Rob knew he had to get home, because he was supposed to be watching his little brother until his mom got home. Angela dropped him off at his house, but the two still wanted to hang out. They decided that Angela would call him in a few hours to work out a spot where they could meet downtown. Meanwhile, Rob would watch his brother. Cut to a few hours later, and sure enough, Rob's phone started ringing. Now, again, this was 1991, so Angela was calling from a payphone rather than a cell phone. She was using one that was located in the center of town, only 7 blocks from Rob's house. The two started discussing where they wanted to meet up, but after a few minutes, Angela mentioned a truck she saw that had circled the block a few times in a row now. Rob would later say that she described it as a green pickup with this really distinct decal of a fish jumping out of the water, covering the entire back window. Though it wasn't until parked right next to her that she became genuinely concerned. A man got out. And
Mag, you should try diphenhydramine, because melatonin gives me fucked up nightmares too. And other types of nightmares. Well, not even called nightmares, just nonsensical stuff that you already know about. But just try diphenhydramine. You can find it. It's called ZzzQuil or ZzzQuil, like, you know. But it's basically NyQuil without the pain medicine. That stuff is actually really good. It works really well. The only problem is it feels you feel very groggy the next day, and it's hard to like I have to really work hard to get that grogginess out of me, but once it goes away, I feel fine. It takes like an extra hour though to get it to go away.
Just next to her. He then walked back to his car and pulled out a flashlight as if he was looking for something.
Wasn't a big fan.
Rob listened as Angela asked the man if he needed to use the phone, assuming the one he had tried to use was broken. The man responded saying it was fine, and that he would try again in a minute. Rob and Angela continued their conversation, not thinking much about the encounter. But shortly after, the sound of Angela's screaming shot through the line. Without even thinking, Rob immediately dropped the phone and got in his car to drive the 7 blocks to the payphone. He made it about halfway when he noticed a pickup truck speed past him in the other direction. Not only that, but he also reported to have heard a panicked woman's voice screaming his name out of the window. Rob threw his car in reverse and began chasing down the pickup. But what he didn't know at the time is that him throwing his car into reverse as fast as he did had severely damaged the transmission. 2 miles into the chase, his car began to stall. Eventually, his car came to a complete stop. He watched as the truck's taillights faded into the distance. Authorities were almost immediately notified of the situation. Over the next few days, Missouri State Highway Patrol checked hundreds of registered trucks matching the description Rob gave them, but none of them were a match. Unfortunately, blame would start to shift towards Rob himself. Police suspected he had made the
no, what happens to me is like I drink caffeine and it doesn't do anything. It's like there's this fog, you know, it's like a brain fog. And it only goes away if I splash myself with cold water or if I let a bunch of sunlight in, and I guess the vitamin D helps with that. But it's just like a fog that will not go away until I fucking do something more than just get caffeine in my body. It's weird.
And in reality, he was responsible for Angela's disappearance. Though, in only a week, this lead would get thrown out. 2 witnesses in the area at the time had come out reporting to have seen a truck matching the description Rob gave.
Yeah, I do. But it's warm water.
Rob had also now passed a polygraph test. Over the years, there have been many different unconfirmed sightings of Angela in different states. But whether these are real sightings...
Took forever to find. Please watch. Appearing offline does not fucking stop it. What the hell? How did you find this? Ass man. Hell yeah. Ass man gang. True. You know when some people just speak some truth? Ass man. Hell yeah. Ass man gang. True. You know, I can't even fathom how true that is. This man speaks the truth. And honestly, he ought to be proud of himself. I said it. I said it, and I don't give a shit. I am an ass man through and through. Anyway, sorry for that rude detour. This is a very fucking serious topic. Sorry.
Things or not is unknown. As far as we know, that phone call Rob and Angela had on the night of her disappearance would be the last phone call she would ever make.
What's fucked up is that guy probably knew to just go out of state, or he probably didn't even live in this state because he knew they wouldn't be able to track his truck.
Because you can receive phone calls from pretty much anyone, it's not always easy to
warm up the wrists. You guys know how it goes.
keep your with
There you go.
May 14, 2008. Brandon Swanson, a student at Minnesota West Community and Technical College, is out celebrating the end of spring semester with a few other students. Around 1 a.m., Brandon finally starts to head home, which was located in Marshall, Minnesota. He was currently in Canby, Minnesota, so it was about a 30-minute drive to his home. At some point during this drive, Brandon mistakenly swerves into a ditch on the side of the road. He was unhurt and there was no damage to his car, but he couldn't move it. It was stuck. He then gets out and manually attempts to free it by himself, but he can't. calls some of his nearby friends, but none of them answer. This left him with no other option but to call his parents, and so he does. He explains his situation and tells them he's somewhere near the city of Lind. While staying on the line, his parents start driving there to pick him up. But when they arrive, Brandon and his car were nowhere to be found. After a while, Brandon began flashing his headlights, and his parents started to do the same, but still they couldn't see each other.
I'm actually dying, so Bridget's bringing me some soup. I'm so fucking hungry, you guys.
He told his parents that he would just walk there and meet them at a well-known bar in the area.
Speaking of,
And started walking on gravel roads towards the city. Though
Thank you.
Brandon would eventually decide to cut through a field, believing that it would be faster than just staying on the road.
all right. Camera's gonna go off while I absolutely devour this soup. It is, it's got chicken, and then it also has meatballs in it. So chicken, meatballs, pearl pasta, carrots, and celery. No, camera's going off while I demolish this.
Still on the phone with his parents, Brandon would note nearby fences and water while in the field. Then, at the 47-minute mark in the call, Brandon abruptly yelled out, "Oh shit," before the line went completely silent. His parents called out to him several times, but there was no response. They then ended the call and repeatedly tried to call him back, but once again there was no response. Brandon was never successfully contacted for the whole rest of that night. He would be officially declared missing early the next morning. Police got involved, and oddly, when they tracked his phone calls, they were traced to a cell tower in a completely different location than what he told his parents. Brandon was over 25 miles away in a city named Porter when he called his parents. With this information, police searched the new area, and sure enough, they found Brandon's car stuck in a ditch. But Brandon himself was nowhere to be found. Police dogs were brought in to assist in the search. The dogs traced descent straight to a nearby river, the Yellow Medicine River, which was at its highest point during this time of the year. Immediately, it was assumed Brandon had fallen into the river, but the scent had actually continued on towards a different gravel road where it finally stopped. Still, many believe Brandon had fallen into the river and ultimately drowned. Except, during the phone call with his parents,
It's chilling scares, actually.
Water around the time he went silent. Plus, at no point was a body or even clothing found in the river, which almost surely would have surfaced. There are countless other theories out there, mainly due to how popular this case has gotten. But what really happened, or what Brandon had seen during that final phone call, remains unknown. February 19, 1983, a 10-year-old, Joanne Pedersen, was spending the evening at a local mall with her 12-year-old sister and 14-year-old cousin. Her parents were out for the night, meaning the three would be left to walk the short distance home themselves. As they were doing so, Joanne and her sister would get into an argument. This led her sister and cousin to run ahead and lock Joanne out of the house as a sort of childish joke. But it was cold and raining that night. Crying, Joanne pounded on the door for some time, but soon just gave up. She decided she'd walk back into town to look for a payphone that she could use to call her parents. She started walking and eventually came across the phone just next to a convenience store. Joanne called her stepfather, who answered right away. She would tell him about the altercation with her sister and how she needed to be picked up. Joanne's stepfather assured her they'd come get her as soon as possible. To calm her down, he then handed the phone to her mother. But when Joanne's mother put the phone to her ear, all she could hear was scratching and rustling. Then there was a man's voice. He told her that if they didn't come to pick up their daughter in 30 minutes, he was going to call the police. The two arrived to the payphone around 15 to 20 minutes later, yet Joanne was...
Oh, God. I tell you what, guys, when you're really fucking hungry, my batteries were fucking wiped. I needed a charge. God. That was the best fucking soup ever. Thank you. Don't know what I'd do without you.
nowhere to be seen.
Fuck yes, I inhaled it. I was dying.
Her parents contacted the police, and a search was commenced almost immediately. Everyone that entered that convenience store that night was interviewed. Some reported to have seen a car with a man and child driving off right past the store. Others reported to have actually seen the man talking on the payphone with Joanne, even giving a description of what he looked like. Though he was never identified. Who this man actually was...
What is this photo?
But it's not even clear if he had any part in Joanne's disappearance. None of the witnesses interviewed actively saw Joanne being taken. Joanne has since never been seen. The call she placed that night would be the last time her parents or anyone ever heard from her.
Yeah, she did. All those are fucked up. And the thing about it is, all those happened in the 80s and 90s. What's crazy is all those could have been prevented with cell phones. Well, I guess the third guy, Brendan Swanson, not so much, but Brandon Swanson, not so much because he did use a cell phone, but that last one definitely could have been avoided with it. I don't know what 10-year-old has one though. You know, it's just thinking about that. It's like the movie Home Alone. Like the movie Home Alone literally doesn't exist without a cell phone. Or it doesn't exist with a cell phone. Kevin just texts his mom and says, "Hey, I'm home alone." And she goes, "Oh, Kevin, I'm sorry. We'll be there in 5 minutes." And then they get back and that's it. That's the movie. So I can snag Bridget. Dude, when on Thanksgiving or the day before on Wednesday, I go to sleep at like 8 a.m. or something. I wake up at 4 p.m. and she has literally the entire Thanksgiving dinner made. Fucking macaroni, fresh mashed potatoes made with potatoes, buttermilk, all that. She used a cake mixer to mix it all. Yeah, macaroni, turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, fucking everything. And ham, yes. Just laid out like a fucking buffet. I tell you, dude. It was fucking wild. And all I did that day was wake up, eat, and then take a nap because the turkey melatonin like a fucking glutton. But you know what? That's the one day a year that you can be a glutton and it ain't even a big deal. So yeah. So shout outs to Brigitte. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. She's kind of cool. You don't get to act like a dad yet. Yeah, that's what the dad always does, right? Well, the only thing I'm not doing is watching fucking football. Like a dad would eat the food and then fall asleep to a fucking football game. That's what the dad would do. Stand up while she actually just laid down. So, well, I pressed the drums, dude. It was obviously a joke. She messaged me and said, "Only kinda cool." Only kinda? I pressed the drums. You couldn't hear the drums, dude. It's really hot in here, by the way. Boom. Yeah, I don't know, man. What drums? These drums. It's a rim shot. You know, but that kind of shit. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really wonder, like, if y'all ever become poly/open, let me know so I can snag Bridget. Cause you become open and then it leads to like some crazy stuff where it's like me, my husband, his two boyfriends, their wives, their two girlfriends, and my two boyfriends all having a dinner together. That kid playing the PH opening theme on a drum set at a school music thing. What is PH? I'm gonna feel really dumb once you say what it is. Oh, Pornhub. Oh, okay. You could have just said the hub. But yeah, I've seen that. Christmas be real expensive? Yeah. Well, for me, it's like my immediate family, Bridget, and a couple friends is all I have to worry about. So it's not a huge deal, but at the same time, you know, it's just tough to like go visit. Because it's a lot of driving and, yeah. Just tough in general. We're not doing Christmas this year. Everyone's too poor. Nah, what the fuck? I keep telling you, you can come down and celebrate stuff with us. We have bomb-ass Christmases. The only thing we can't do is put our cats in the same vicinity because we don't know if they'll get along. Because Tusk and his partner have another cat now. That's a girl. I don't know if you've seen that cat or not, but the only thing we can't do is bring all of them together in close proximity. Secret Santa at work. Do they do Secret Santa? I don't know. I'm not up on all the fun activities. I'm not up on the fun activities. Watch as I get you know who. Oh, Lord Voldemort. Yes. I've seen Harry Potter. Once or twice. I am an informed and literate person. The only references I can make are to Harry Potter. I will say a couple Christmases ago, I actually won an iPad Pro. They had this drawing for people that had really good attendance and qualities and shit. Or just, you know, if you were at this threshold that they wanted and your name got put into a drawing. And I won an iPad Pro. A couple of years ago. What happened to it? You want to know the truth? I sold it, yeah. Well, I don't want to say the exact amount, but it was like 800-ish. Ish. Oh, yeah. So I've told this story before, but Bridget just reminded me of it. So this fucking really weird shit happened with my brother once. Where... This really weird shit happened with my brother once where he was not working, but he was still getting money to go to school. And he was just really weird about spending money. Like he tried to pretend that he didn't spend money that he actually did and stuff. I've told this story before though, Dr. Red, and welcome back, by the way. And he was talking about, I came over one day to visit or to celebrate Christmas with him, and he had this 3DS. It was like the space, it was like a new 3DS that had the space theme. It was like the newest one at the time. And he was playing some like brand new fucking cutting edge game that had just come out as well. And I was like, oh, that's cool. When did you pick that up? And he goes, I actually won it in a Twitch giveaway. And I was like, oh, You know, and that already just struck me as weird because, like, what the fuck? It just so happened to be the exact 3DS and game that he was talking about recently. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then I was like, you know, I tried to pseudo call him out on it. I was like, okay, well, you know, what's the name of the stream? Because I wanna get in on it and try to win something too. You know, like trying to push him to see if he'll tell the truth. And he goes, well, actually, it was a pop-up Twitch stream, so it doesn't exist anymore. And so he tried to tell me that, like, this stream where he won this thing only existed for a short amount of time, and now it's completely gone. So there's no possible trace of evidence that it ever existed, and there's no way to tell me what stream it was. How convenient. How cute. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like trying to ask him for more details, and he would just be really vague about everything. And I just kind of dropped it because he was getting like really defensive and he was starting to be a little bitch about it. So I started to drop it, and I was like, all right, whatever. I just won't talk about this. And then when I got home that day, I was like, you know what? No, I am going to pursue this. Like, I'm going to ask him, like, what the hell is going on? And I was like, dude, I'm just going to say this. What you're saying makes no sense. You know, like, I just basically called him out. I was like, dude, it makes no sense. I was like, we were sharing an Amazon account at the time. I was like, dude, I can straight up go on the Amazon account and literally see your card with the last 4 digits of your card that I know is your card that was used to buy this. Like, why do you say these things? Why do you do this? And then he just immediately started in on, oh, I'm just a fuck up. I'm just a fuck up. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a piece of shit. And it's just like, you just can't even like reason with people like that, you know? They're either 100% right and you're stupid, but if you finally get to the point where they cannot lie themselves any further into a corner, then they just get all self-deprecating, and you have to be like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, you know, they get so self-deprecating that you start to feel bad about it. It's like, fuck that, man. I hate when that shit happens. Yeah, that's the stupid thing about it. Like, nobody would have cared if he just said, yeah, I wanted it, so I bought it. What's the problem? You know, I would have said, okay, cool. There is no problem here. That's cool, dude. If you bought it because you wanted it, that's awesome. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, what's the fucking problem here? Exact shit my previous Gemini said, last offense, dude. Yeah, it's like, that's, what is it? It's like the Gemini, well, more it's like the narcissist thing where that's not what I said. And if it is what I said, that's not what I meant. And if that is what I meant, you're interpreting it wrong. And if you're interpreting it wrong, it's your fault now. And then they try to make you feel bad about, well, why do you overreact to everything? Have you thought about that? Why is it that you always why do you always react like this? What's your problem? You know, just shift the blame off of them. It's like, let's talk about you and your problems. Yeah, gaslighting is a great way to put it. Very true. Let me armchair psych. Ah, God, I fucking hate armchair psychologists, man. He used to be, I can't even say he is bad about that because I have not talked to him in upwards of over a year, and it was the greatest decision I ever made. But he was really bad about, like, I am now going to tell you how to live your life, and I can tell that you're not happy, and I'm just gonna project onto you and tell you everything. It's like, Jesus, man, get out of here with that shit. I can tell you're not happy, and I want to help you. Bitch, you don't know anything. The fuck are you on about? My mom is a Gemini, and she acted the same way. Yeah, my brother is the only one in our family, and he's always been like that. So, you know, I'm not one to lend all the credence in the world to zodiacs and stuff, but I gotta say, within my family, it's very fucking true. Very true. Insanely true. Holy shit, man. You can get an RTX 3070 from Zotac for $450. That's such a good deal. You can get a 3070 Ti for $600. These are amazing deals. I was just kind of browsing the Black Friday stuff just to see what's going on. You can get a 3080 Never mind. There's not a lot of 3080s. There's actually none. There's only Zotac. 3070 Ti is the closest thing. But yeah, within my family, that seems to be true. And it's fucked up because, like, nothing you can do will get them to see sense. Like, they've already made up in their minds that they're correct about everything. And the only thing... Hey, what's up, Dave? They've already made up in their minds that they're correct about anything that you want to talk about. And the only thing you can do is just talk... You talk until you're the one that's exhausted, you know? It's like, well, I'm just sick of trying to convince you otherwise, so I'm just going to end this conversation, you know? It's like, what is even the point of carrying this on? Yeah, I feel the same. It's like, I don't want to hate any specific people for any reason, but, you know, my brother has just done that to me. Through no fault of my own, he just made me really dislike people that act like that. Oh, how's your senior citizen BF? Wow. They're ruled by the evil Gemini twin, too strong, dude. Like, these Black Friday deals are awful. Like, vacuums, steam mops, and hair dryers? Huh? That's based on my search history? What are you on about? Watches? Generators? Oh yeah, I should get a generator, dude. Now that wouldn't be loud at all right next to the mic. Not at all. Shop all deals. Let's search for microphones. Microphone. Oh, there we go. Karaoke microphone for kids. The MX Master 3 wasn't on sale. It very rarely goes on sale. Same for all of Logitech shit. Logitech stuff rarely ever goes on sale. Wow, the SM7B is on sale for $359. That's like hardly a deal at all. Amazing. What's the MX Master 3 normally, or the SM7B? SM7B is $399 normally. It's on sale for $359. That white mic you sent, or silver mic? Oh, the Aston Spirit? That's an amazing mic, but it's really expensive. Aston Spirit microphone. That is not even on Amazon. It is also $349. No, it's less. No, it's beautiful. No, you're not wrong. It's a beautiful mic for sure. Look at that. It's all silver. Like, that's a beautiful mic. I don't know why these photos are so small. Next mic? No, because it's a condenser. I only like dynamic mics. Basically, condenser mics are very, very sensitive. They pick up a lot of room noise, and dynamic mics only pick up what's directly in front of them. So for streaming, you kind of need a dynamic mic. If I were to change mics, it would be the RE20, no question about it. The problem is the RE20 comes with a lot of baggage, which is that it can fail over time. Voice cracks? No, actually, the dynamic mic picks up my voice cracks even more because I talk right fucking into it. Yeah, if I were to ever change mics, it would be the RE20, no question. Right here. This one also, this is out of stock. But this would be the only mic I would ever swap to. is the black RE20. Mainly with the shock mount that it comes with. My webcam's audio picked it up good in the Missing Children stream. When did I use webcam audio? The camera has a mic on it. Yeah, this is the Ethan Klein mic. That not this color though. This is the Ethan Klein mic. Right here. This is the standard beige color of the RE20, which I find really ugly, but it looks good in the shock mount. I just don't like this color by itself. No, you're wrong. You're not wrong. It's the right mic. But yeah, that's if I were to ever switch. I don't see myself switching just because, you know, for my voice, the standard RE20 is also out of stock as well. But yeah, I don't see myself switching just because I've been using this one so long. I'm just so used to it. And you know me, I'm not big on switching stuff once I get used to it. I have to remember mics by the people who use them. Now this is a really good choice. If you want something that's cheaper than the SM7B, this is a great choice. The BP40, it also has a humbucking voice coil, which humbucking coils are really good because they reduce outside interference. So this mic would have a very similar profile to the SM7B. It would have a dark, smooth, warm kind of tone to it. That's what a humbucker does. It just reduces the outside noise and interference that you get, and also helps smooth everything out. It takes out some of the high-end detail, which is not a bad thing on voices. That's a fishbone chode, dude. Humbugging. I have to remember mics, then same for headphones. Well, again, same for headphones. I just like to find what I enjoy using and just stick with it. But like I said, the SM57 I think is more than enough for most people. A lot of people think that they're like, oh, so many people use the SM7B, and me too. I was like, oh, so many people use the SM7B. I must have it. I quite simply must have an SM7B. When the reality is the SM57 here uses the exact same cartridge inside of it to capture your voice. It's also a dynamic. The only difference is it doesn't have the resonance chamber, which is this metal part at the bottom. They sound very, very similar, but this doesn't have that lack of high end. So this does have the high end detail that some people can find fatiguing. That's the only difference, really. But if you're going to use this for spoken word, it's amazing, and it's also $10 off. So $89 versus $3.99. What mic works good for bassy voices? Well, I know you're talking specifically about your voice. So Mag, I'm telling you, if you get a mic like an SM57 or anything similar, if you talk right into it like this and you get all the proximity effect like this, your voice is going to sound amazing, especially for like a podcast. But a lot of people don't know about proximity effect. A lot of people are like, oh, I want to put it off screen. They're like, oh, I want it to be really far away. That way it's not on camera or it's not next to my face. Do you hear all this detail that's being lost now? There's so much fucking detail being lost. It sounds so thin. You gotta talk right into this fucking mic for it to sound the way it's supposed to sound. Yeah, me too. I prefer mics on camera. Yeah, dude, the SM57 is a fucking steal. I'm telling you, this is the presidential mic. Literally, presidential podiums use two SM57s routed for redundancy. Talk directly into the microphone. Here's the SM57 presidential kit. Look at that. Oh, Bummer used one. Obama used one. Donald Trump used one. Joe Biden used one. Two of them. Even, you know, going all the way back to Reagan, Clinton used two of them. Tricky Dick Nixon used three of them. I mean, seriously, dude, it's a fucking legendary ass microphone. Yeah, it's very good for instruments because it gets a lot of the high-end detail. So for like guitar cabs and stuff, it's really good. But yeah, it just depends on the voice. You know, my voice is, I agree with you. I don't like the sound of my voice personally on the SM57. I like it more on this because I want to cut out the high detail and just leave that kind of low mid fundamental presence. This little resonance chamber here on the back is all about play MGS2. Well, here's the thing, Dave. We have 2 redemptions in the queue. It looks like Jordan is not going to be here tonight, but his redemption is Code Veronica, and Dr. Red's redemption is Bully. So I have to play Code Veronica, and then I have to play Bully before we can get to that. What are your points at, by the way? You've got to have a lot. You have to have tons of points. But yeah, overall, I just think that MGS2, not Modern Warfare 2. Almost got on the bandwagon. What is this meme about Ghost going on here lately? But yeah, you guys know that if I like something, I tend to buy it twice or sometimes more. I have 3 pairs of DT990s in total, but Bridget does use one of them now. And then there's the silver gray pair and the all black pair. And then I have a few of these that I scooped up on eBay for cheap. But yeah, it's just, you know, I like how it sounds on my voice, and I don't want to have to change a bunch of fucking settings, so I just stick with it. Yes, it's a hype beast mic at this point. Fucking everybody seems to have one, but whatever. Not happy, not sad, just shrieking. BTW, the grandpa broke up with me. Not to twist your words, but don't you... Okay, never mind. Just a sec. That was me blowing my nose, by the way. I have a disgusting nose blowing sound. No, it was 100% me blowing my nose. I'll prove it to you right now. Straight up shat the pants. Oh, what the fuck? My button wasn't working. Yeah, listen. That's actually what my nose sounds like when I go to blow it, dude. And no, that's not shit that just came out of my nose. ain't fooled. Like how people try to make the chair. Yeah, it's like you fucking do it in class and everybody's like, oh my god, and you're like, no bro, it was the chair. And then you're just desperately trying to do it and it's dead silent. That's caught in 4K. You're desperately trying to get the chair to squeak again, but there's nothing you can do. It's already been decided, dude. But it's actually made worse by the people who get prideful about it. It's like, no, it was fucking not my ass that made that sound. It was not. Ugh. It's like, bro, just relax. Just play along with the joke. Love driving to a store that's 1 hour away just for them to be out of stock. What were you going to buy? Yeah, dude, I was kind of browsing Black Friday stuff earlier. The problem is I kind of already got the shit that I wanted to get. For good prices too, like for good prices too, like the shit that I got on eBay was cheaper than the Black Friday sales, so I'm not really concerned about that. I was watching would have been 380 save, dude. Benelli M4, is that a shotgun? A shotgun. Benelli M4. Oh, it is a semi-auto shotgun. Damn. I was browsing for MILFs. Yes. Hot MILFs in your area. I'd never do such a thing. Dude, what's really disgusting is people that put SM7Bs on eBay with nasty ass windscreens. Literally looks like it's just been dipped in poo. Or something equally ghastly. Yeah, I kind of browsed all day, but I didn't end up buying anything. All I bought was another XLR cable that uses Canare wiring instead of Mogami wiring, because Mogami wiring gives me fucking interference for some reason. That's what I called them. Yeah, it's basically like a mic condom. Because your capsule's in here, dude. It keeps it safe from outside forces. I don't have to go into the details of what those might or might not be. I think you know. LMAO, whatever. What do you mean? What are you saying? Me saying Mogami cables give me interference is a lie? I've had a Canare cable connecting the Cloud Lifter to the Go XLR the whole time I've used it, but I've never had a Canare cable going from the mic to that. Oh, I was about to get defensive. I was like, talk shit about Canare wiring again, motherfucker. I will fucking... The kids need a fava, a farther. But yeah, when people put SM7Bs on eBay and they look heinous as hell like this, I'm just like, ugh, dude, like somebody's mouth was on that for upwards of 6-7 months and you're just gonna buy it. And some people don't even clean it. They just take the shit out and just immediately start using it. A farter. That's apparently me, according to you guys. Because you're like, oh, whatever sound your nose just made, it had to have been a fart. Dude, it's so funny. Everyone point and laugh. Ha ha ha. It's so funny. Point and laugh at the stupid streamer. Ha. Yeah, you're right. It is kind of funny though. Yeah. I've also seen some people talk into it like this. What's up, everybody? We are here today and we were going to talk about mic condoms and why you should have one. Speak across it. You prevent the plosives. Do you not understand the importance of keeping the goddamn plosives out of the goddamn microphone? Were you raised in a barn? I mean, seriously, dude. Speak across the goddamn capsule. Let me relax. Let me relax. Someone take this man's coffee away. My coffee's gone ice fucking cold. I haven't sipped that shit in like a good hour probably. See, that was the problem with the SM5B. If you guys have never seen the SM5B, these rarely show up on eBay. Oh my god. Okay, this guy wants $1,100 for this, first of all. So this was the predecessor to the SM7B. It was literally just two gigantic gray foam condoms with a little capsule underneath it. And this was out in like the 60s and the 70s. And it actually sounds really good, but it's just disgusting because there's no way to replace these foam windscreens. So you're talking into someone's like 40, 50-year-old spit when you talk into this thing. Legitimately, that's what you're doing. You can see like elements of the SM7B design, like the cord that comes out to the XLR output and stuff like that, but $5 if you lick it. For the amount of shit I'm likely to catch, you better be sending me a whole lot more than that. $10. Also, the original SM7 is from the 1970s. This is the original SM7, which came out in the 1970s. And this was the predecessor, of course, to the SM7A and the SM7B. Which does not look a whole lot different. What game am I playing? It was going to be Code Veronica. But then, I don't know if Jordan's going to be here. But yeah, this is a USA-made SM7. And the XLR being in the back is normal on these. So yeah, this mic is old as fuck. And it's still around, just as popular. I'd argue more popular than it's ever been, dude. It's all because of my influence. Wow, somebody has it in the original packaging too. What the fuck? That's the mic. It's the mic so many people use, dude. You can literally go. You can literally go to the just chatting section. Short horror games until Jordan shows up, if he shows up. That's true. We could do. Like, look at this. Let's just do this really quick, okay? Don't pay attention to my follow list, okay? That's mine and mine alone. Check this out. We're just gonna count the fucking 7Bs, dude. There's so goddamn... There's one. Number one right there. I can't see this guy's mic, but I'm just gonna assume. Yep, SM7B. But that's how it goes. Like, there it is. What's with all the porn stars I follow? Listen, I only follow Sasha Grey. And she was an actress, not a porn star. Another one. They're literally all over, dude. There's no point to doing this. You already know. YouTube nights? Dude, I wish. What? I'm going to click on this and I'm going to follow her specifically so I can tell people what not to follow. This is dirtiness on Twitch has got to come to an end. I'm just, I'm trying to put the word out there of where people need to not go to see this dirtiness on this website, okay? Sometimes I feel the need to do things for the greater good. Okay. I've reported her content. That's definitely what I did. Anyways, moving on. What the hell is this? What? Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop being an actual fucking idiot. Toes? I've seen toes and tits. That's all I've seen so far. What? 1, 2. Okay. I'm not even counting SM7Bs anymore. I'm just counting pairs of tits. I gotta get off this section, dude. I made a mistake. That's all it comes down to. This guy is literally just watching episodes of How I Met Your Mother. What the fuck is this? Oh, okay, it's a video. All I see is tits and toes, which is now going to be my new cat. That's all I saw on Just Chatting, dude. That's literally all I saw. Tits and toes, TNT. You guys want to see the shortest horror game ever? We'll play the shortest horror game ever right here. Haunted gas station. I have no mouth and I must pog. Kill me, please. Okay. I'm already playing it, dude. You don't have to tell me twice. I'm literally clicking on the video. My taskbar. There we go. Oh, that food fucking revitalized me, man. I was feeling so bad. Here we go. Oh, it's so laggy.
No signal.
Why is it so laggy?
At least I have a flashlight on this thing.
Also, look at his alien hands when we get over here in the light.
Gas station will have somebody that can help me out.
No wheels turning on that car, by the way. God, it's so laggy. What the fuck? Now it's smooth.
Hello? Anyone here? Okay, that radio's gotta get turned off. I can't even hear myself think.
Dude, what the fuck? It's so detailed.
I heard the radio click off. Is someone out there? I'm, over in the bathroom.
Yeah, hey, so I hit a deer up the road a bit. I was wondering if you could help me out?
Oh, that happens a lot around here. So, I locked myself in here by mistake.
How does that even
I
happen?
left the key around back. If you wouldn't mind getting me out of here, I'll help you out, man.
Sure thing, man. I'll be right back with that key.
Look, again, his fucking alien hand. Alright. How does any of this happen, by the way?
Listen, man, there is something going on outside. Okay, nope. Back to my van.
Oh, what's up, Stone? Appreciate it, man. This is a really fucking short game. Sorry, the notifications are low. I had to turn the game volume down. What the fuck? A computer and a car. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Nothing scarier than compressed audio, seriously. Destroying my ears.
A car! They can get me out of here.
This is one of those games that's unnecessarily loud just by normal standards. Wait, why is it only 55 FPS? This game is insane. Why is it running at such a high res? Okay, there's 115. You just gotta follow her. I don't think that's accurate to say
Hey,
it's
hold up.
144. Here we go. Another corpse. Alright, we gotta grab the shit and run.
Alright, time time to get into their car and get out of here.
And that's literally it. Four people, well, 3 people on the credits, and all the music was public domain. Free SFX and Kevin McLeod. By the way, the fun thing about this game is that it has no mouse input after you beat it, so you have to alt-tab. There's no other way to close the game. Oh yeah, quite simply God Gaming. I mean, you know how we do here. You know how we operate around these parts. God Gaming and nothing less. Let's go. Nothing less. Ever. Forever. But yeah, that's kind of a meme game, but at the same time, it's kind of classic around here. You know, anytime we were doing like a big bunch of indie horror games in one shot, I would always play that just because, you know, I have 70 minutes of playtime. I have to be like, and there's not even achievements for it. Like, how can you even make a video about this? It's so short. Look at this. How have these people made videos about this? It's so short. Hitting a deer and letting a rabbit eat me.
What is that giant rabbit doing?
No comment. Let's see the wiki lore page. All that past 10 minutes too, yeah. Well, is that still a thing on YouTube that you have to push for 10 minutes to get optimal ads? Because I know people used to do that shit all the time. It's like, oh, well, I have to hit 10 minutes, dude. I have to get premium advertisements. If you dig for a minute, you might find a cringe reaction acting like it's scary. Yeah. God, that used to be such a thing on YouTube. And PewDiePie did it too, but he was the one that really started that, was faking scared reactions for YouTube clicks. God, it was so common. Well, for a lot of people it still is common, but also for a lot of people they kind of got over it. Yeah, Markiplier. Oh my god, Markiplier used to goddamn scream in his videos. He used to fucking scream so loud. This is from 8 years ago. But there's one where he's like standing in his room. Hey, he was on an SM7B for a while. There's one where he's standing in his bedroom because he's playing a full body VR game, or like one that you have to have your sensors around your house for. Anyways, yeah, they were all really bad about fucking screaming in all their videos. And honestly, you know, that trend is what killed horror games for a while, because people just got so sick of it. You can only make what amounted to the same video so many times. You know, you can only make what amounts to the same video so many times. You've got a super dark game with a bunch of jump scares, and then you're just screaming to it the whole time. It's like, it just got old, and for the most part, that really killed the interest in horror. And Resident Evil fucked up around the time by putting out RE6, so kind of that range of like 2012 until 2012 until RE7 came out. It was really, really kind of quiet and not a lot of people were talking about horror games. And that was kind of where speedrunning became a thing, and then also battle royales really fucking took over in that range. And well, that was very recent, but still. It's just I'm kind of glad that horror games are coming back, but I hope that doesn't happen again. You know, like we've got RE4 Remake coming up and then Callisto Protocol's coming out. I don't want to see another 1,000,001 people making the same tired ass video about Callisto Protocol or any of that bullshit. Like, let's just move on from that trend, please. That's why I prefer live streams of it a lot more. I feel like whenever PewDiePie and Markiplier were first coming about, and that Jacksepticeye guy as well, I feel like when all three of those were like coming up, there was just a lot less Twitch streaming going on, because that was like 2012 or so. There was not a lot of Twitch streaming going on back then. I think 2013 was probably when it really blew up, to my knowledge, because 2012 it was still pretty underground, like not a ton of people knew about it. But yeah, 2013 and beyond was when everything really started to pop off on Twitch. I remember there used to be a website that showed you every partnered streamer and their emotes. And it was it was a list of like maybe 100 people. It was so small. And then I remember checking that same website 3 months later, and they had added like 400 new partners. So instead of just 100 streamers to scroll, you had 500. And I was like, oh my God, this is growing fucking exponentially. And it really never stopped. Like, there's probably 1 million, if not more, partnered streamers now. I'd say there's way more than 1 million, actually, counting all the regions. There's got to be more than 1 million. And what's crazy about that too, like I've talked about this before, but back then, if you were playing a game that wasn't super popular, there's a high likelihood you were the only streamer playing it. I've said this about Silent Hill many times, but it was true about a lot of games. Because back then, you might think, oh, horror games were really popular back then. No, they were not. They were dead as fuck on Twitch, especially old horror games. Like Silent Hill was still considered an old game back then. Nobody was live streaming horror games back then. The actual most popular games, believe it or not, were Diablo 3 and World of Warcraft. Those were actually two of the most popular games when I first was on Twitch. That guy Kriparian playing Diablo 3 and doing like all the raids in that was like the most viewed stream on all of Twitch at the time. And then Soda Poppin', playing a lot of World of Warcraft. He was one of the biggest streamers in the beginning. And what was wild is there's a big controversy about that, because back then, viewbotting was not a bannable offense. So a lot of people claim that the biggest streamers kind of rose to prominence by botting, and they never got punished for it, because by the time they were partners, they were making Twitch a lot of money. Now that would be a scandal and a half. Dude, imagine if one day it comes out that a bunch of the older streamers that really came about in like 2013, 2014, a lot of them were view botting, and that's the only reason why they got where they were. That would be crazy. That, I feel like, would actually be a pretty wild controversy. Oh no, for sure some of them did. Like, a lot of people have admitted it. I know what Soda's response would be. What is it? Yeah, so what? Yeah, exactly. That's what he would say. Definitely view botting. r/soda poppin'. Yeah. Well, you know, at the same time, look at what happened to my stream, and not just my stream, anybody else. Like, you can be botted without it being your intention to bot yourself. But see, then that's where the conspiracy minded part of me comes in. It's like, well, did they pay this person to view bot them, or did they pay this person to follow bot them? Like, follow botting is really fucking stupid. It's not going to achieve anything. Yeah, follow botting is not going to achieve anything. Yeah, the bot lurkers are annoying too. The most annoying thing for me is with my stream, when I see a chat message, I have to pay attention to it because my chat is not scrolling fast. When I see a chat message and I look over and it's wanna buy followers, it's so fucking annoying. I hate those fucking copy paste wanna buy followers, whatever, viewers here, and then it's just some questionable ass bit.ly link that's gonna, you know, it's just gonna leak every piece of personal information about myself to every person in the universe if I click it. So fucking dumb, man. So fucking dumb. But the main thing that I miss about old Twitch was everybody knew everybody. So I wanted to tell this story too, which I don't think I've talked about before. There was a streamer back in the day named Cosmo Wright. He was a Zelda speedrunner, and he was probably in the top 5 biggest streams on Twitch in 2013. Well, he was dating this girl named Adrian, and those two together watched me play Silent Hill 3 one night, and I just saw their name in my viewer list, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? And it freaked me out because I was like, oh my god, this guy's fucking huge. Like, I'm telling you, if you were playing it, you could be the only fucking person playing it. That's how it was like. And for the most part, that's when they introduced the game browser feature. I was the only motherfucker on the entire website playing Silent Hill 3 the majority of the time. No, 100%. Swear, hand on chest, on my mom's fucking grave, whatever, it really happened. And that's how Twitch used to be, man. I miss that. No, I did not lie. I absolutely did not lie. And that's how it used to be. Like I'm saying, like, it was such a tight-knit community, and it felt like nobody knew about Twitch. You know, you tell people, they knew who Markiplier was, they knew who PewDiePie was, they knew who else was big on YouTube at the time? Fred, Shane Dawson, like, they knew the big YouTube personalities. Nobody knew about Twitch. And I remember donations were a brand new thing too. Like, Cosmo would read out donations and the messages that people would leave just through email. There were no notifications. On-screen alerts didn't even exist yet. So he would just have to occasionally check his email and be like, yeah, I received, you know, X amount of money from whoever, and this is their message. He would just have to check his email. Let me be clear. Cosmo did transition, and so now he's known as Narcissa Wright. So I should be saying she, but just for reference, because I'm speaking about a very old time, which is like 10 plus years ago, I'm just saying that because a lot of people remember Cosmo Wright. I'm just saying. Please no cancelino or whatever. But whatever. Nobody cares anyway what I have to say. Nobody cares what I have to say. I'm just saying. And the thing about it that was crazy too is, like, the speedrunning community really took over, and they were also niche. So you could have these communities that come up like out of nowhere and would just take over the website. Like, the World of Warcraft players and the Diablo 3 players were the very, very beginning. And then speedrunners took over the website for a few years. And then Battle Royale streamers, you know, that was a very small community at first. And look at what happened to that community. Holy shit. Battle Royale was like an afterthought until PUBG came out. I'd argue it's still Battle Royales. I've never seen a trend on Twitch last so long. Like, PUBG came out in like 2017 or 2018. So we're now 4 or 5 years into this Battle Royale trend, and it's still around. You know, Apex Legends is massive. It is fucking huge. Oh, well, I don't expect to be canceled anyway. I feel like I was still very respectful about their identity and everything, but trust me, there's a lot of people out there that would have been far less respectful than me. But yeah, met a lot of new viewers with RPG Maker because no one streams it. Even people who made awesome RPG Maker games have joined, so I can imagine something like popular horror games having no one streaming back in the day. Yeah, and you know, part of the reason for that was because back then the meta was to just be really good at a multiplayer game or be really good at a game that you speedrun. Back then, people thought that was how you do it, like 24-hour streams and being a world record holder for a game, or just like pub stomping in a shooter, like just being really good at a shooter, having a world record speedrun, or yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. Like, the meta people thought was just to be really fucking good at games. Turned out that wasn't the case, and over time people learned the truth, which is that you are the content, not the fucking game. But there were a lot of people who made it. There were a lot of people who made it very far with no face cam whatsoever. Literally just a gameplay capture. Being a being a Dark Souls speedrunner was definitely the meta. I mean, Distortion 2, he got his start being a Dark Souls speedrunner. Amazing streamer, by the way. I watch his streams all the time. And, you know, I think, like I've said before, like, I think Twitch streaming is something that everybody should try at least once. I saw something from Tumblr and it's a joke and you can actually buy it. You can get a blue check mark, but you can have several and the limit is 24. Oh yeah, you mean the $8 thing? Like you can have 24 different accounts with them under your same IP address. I think Twitch streaming is something that everybody should try because it actually does do a lot of good for your confidence, especially if you're on camera all the time. But not even that, it's like, I think sharing games with people and just the fact that there's a lot of people that I probably would have never met had it not been for the stream. Like everybody in here right now, I would have never met Dave. I mean, I knew Dave from Street Fighter. I did already know him, so I guess he doesn't count. But like Stoned, Dr. Red, Sky, Mag especially, like I would have never met any of you guys had it not been for this stream. And like the amount of cool shit that we've done just watching, just watching movies in the watch party and shit. It's just awesome. And I feel like, everybody should try Twitch streaming because they might meet some awesome fucking people that they would have never met otherwise. It's not even about growth. Like I've always point this out, but where's my follower goal? Where's my sub goal? I don't have one because that's not why I'm fucking here. I'm not here to DSP you guys. I don't need your guys' money. I work for my money. I'm just here to hang out and have a good time. Tumblr, I feel like, is trying to drive out the Twitter users, trying to gather around the website. Yeah, people keep talking about a Twitter alternative called Mastodon, but I don't know if it's any good. See, this is the benefit of not being on Twitter. I don't have to worry about where am I going to take my Twitter following. Twitter cheat code, don't have a following. Then you don't have to worry about any of it. It's awesome. Just never use Twitter. Ladies and gents, that's the key. Just don't use it. Now, what I should be using is fucking TikTok. Everybody, if I were to give a tip for growth, which I'm not even following this advice, fucking put your stuff on TikTok because the amount of views that the clips I've put on TikTok have gathered are fucking ridiculous and they're awful. They're not even that entertaining. It's just me wheezing while playing Bully. Those are the only clips I uploaded. But they got crazy fucking views because there's just so many people, so many eyes on that app. So if you want to grow, just put your shit on TikTok. Like put all your clips on there because somebody might click on your link and bring a bunch of their friends in. Somebody big might see the clip and share it. Put your shit on TikTok. That's what I need to start doing. I posted one today, got over 700 views in 1 hour, and we'll start using it full time. Yeah, dude, just put clips on there. Like, it's huge. There are so many fucking eyes on that app. It's unbelievable. I don't really want to get yeah, I don't want to get famous. I think the ideal stream size is like 700 to 1,000 concurrent viewers. I think that's the perfect size because it's a community that can be managed within reason. You can have some moderators both in your Discord and your stream chat. It can be managed within reason, and you can actually read everything that's going on in chat to the point that it does not distract from the gameplay or become like its own meme type identity. You know, like XQC's chat. He is like, his ability to retain what chat is even saying or talking about is incredible. I know it's a lot of practice and he's done it for thousands and thousands of hours, but he can somehow keep up with chat. And he's even said before that he remembers like everything. And it's true. Like, he doesn't just make it up because he'll see someone post a message and he's like, oh, you just said this 2 hours ago. And he knows he's 100% right, like every time. Like, dude, he pretends to be an idiot on stream. XQC is not an idiot. He's a very smart guy. I have a feeling he plays a character on stream. Well, I know he does. Felix is a very, very intelligent guy. You do not become a millionaire from Twitch by being an idiot. Okay? Just plain and simple. But yeah, I think the ideal stream size would be to average 700 to 1,000 concurrent viewers. The community would be easy to manage, you know, with a few moderators helping you out. You could hire yourself an editor to edit all your clips. I think that's the ideal stream size before things start to just explode and it's too difficult to, you know, to keep track of what chat's even talking about. But, you know, there's a lot of things that you can do to help your growth. But I think the number one thing is just build. I think what you should do is just build an audience that's not on Twitch because the discoverability on Twitch is bad. And then try to bring or migrate that audience over to your Twitch. That's what you should do. You know, create like a long form series of YouTube videos that becomes your thing, like your shtick. And then slowly start like migrating those people over to your Twitch. That's how you should do it. And don't be live every single night. You can do it for like 30 days at a time. Don't be like, oh, I'm just going to be live, you know, every fucking day for years. It's just the way Twitch is designed. It makes it so hard to find people, you know? It makes it so fucking hard to find people. Because you have to scroll down for so far. I gotta pee really quick. I've had way too much coffee and water. Give me a sec. Clawfanger. Content creation is a tough like game, you know. Oh, what the fuck? What the shit? Sorry, that was my green screen. Content creation is a tough game because it's an industry that never sleeps, so to speak. You know, you've got no matter how hard you're working on your own content, it's worldwide and it's 24/7. You have to sleep eventually. And while you're asleep, somebody's working incredibly hard on something very creative, and it's going to outperform you. You cannot compare yourself to other people in content creation, or that's just a disaster waiting to happen. That's why it's best to find your specific niche, your specific shtick, something that you can say, people come to my channel specifically for this and the way that I do things. That's what you have to find, and then you just have to hone in on that, focus on it, and perfect it to the best of your ability. Because if you compare yourself to other people or you borrow from other people too much, that's not good. That's a detriment. You can use other people for motivation and like a direction to go in, but you should never directly compare yourself to other content creators because you are the content. You know, like you are the content. So make it unique to you. Like mine, I can easily identify. I think mine is the scary videos and the horror games. I've not, outside of the Street Fighter streams, which I haven't done in a long time, I have not deviated from the horror. Because that's what I can sit down and really enjoy doing every single night, just about, you know? I mean, October, I enjoyed every fucking night of October. I love watching the scary videos. I love playing the indie horror games. I love it, man. You gotta love it. You know? You gotta love it. You gotta put serious time in. You gotta enjoy yourself. You gotta communicate. It's a lot. It's not easy. And if you want your quality to be, you know, if you want your quality to be on par with some of the streams that you watch and you want to be on that level, you gotta invest. You know, you gotta get the equipment that's gonna get you there. That said, there's a lot of ways to save money, and don't be a dumbass like me. But, you know, if you want that kind of quality, sometimes you gotta invest to get it, and that's just how it works. But there are a lot of ways to save money. That's one of the main things I want to make videos about. How to save money with lighting, I've already made. How to save money with your mic, I've already made. I'm also going to make a video about how to save money with your green screen, and don't buy the Elgato green screen. Buy this one that I have that I've been using that is like less than half the price. You should not be buying crazy stuff like that just because you saw somebody use it. I think Elgato, for the most part, makes rip-off products. I can't say too much shit about their capture cards because they've worked rock solid for me. My camera has always been connected to one of their capture cards, but I think they make rip-off high prices, and they need to they need to get real about their pricing. I do believe that. Like $112 for a 1080p 60 USB capture card? Like, why? Get out of here with that shit. And their internal capture cards are even worse. $245 for a PCI 4K 60 Pro. Like, come on, dude. Fucking serious? Quick secret I'm highly debating. When Docvember ends, I just say fuck it, 100-day challenge. Well, I agree with Mag. Like, dude, eventually a holiday or something is gonna come up and it's gonna throw a wrench in that. So you gotta be aware of that. And play that safe, you know? And, you know, you don't want to neglect family. Like, you should never be choosing between your family and your stream. Like, that's one of the main reasons why I had to stop my year-long challenge, because, like, I wanted to go visit my family, but they also wanted me to come down, and I was like, you know, I can't come and visit because if I visit, that'll take away from a day that I could stream. And then I just thought about it and how ridiculous that was. And I was like, I don't need to, like, you know, be making those kind of decisions. You know, like putting the stream above my family. Yes, it's a goal. And yes, it's something I want to do, but, you know, it just at the time was not something I could justify doing that with. You would feel amazing when the 100 days are over, but hey, I bet you'll feel amazing when your 30-day goal is over. I just recommend 3 days a week. Just do 3 days a week of streaming. And that gives you plenty enough time to work on your other stuff, like YouTube, you know, YouTube. And like I said, putting clips on TikTok is important. It's very easy to download your Twitch clips and put them on there. And just put a little watermark with your Twitch info. But it gives you time to focus on your YouTube and TikTok in those 4 days that you don't stream. I recommend 3 days a week. I think that's perfect. Now, I do 4 days a week because I don't really work on YouTube or anything. But I should. It's bad that I don't. Yeah, I haven't seen any deals on like computer desks or anything. That was one of the only things that I was looking at. Also a third I was thinking about getting a third monitor strictly for chat. Like I have 2 monitors right now, but if I had a third, I could flip it vertical and use it just for chat. But yeah, there's not like any amazing deals on computer desks or anything, which not like I need one anyway, but I would only need a 60 hertz monitor. I definitely would not need a fucking 144 hertz monitor for chat only. Wow, they have a 21-inch Acer monitor for $79.99. But yeah, it's just, you know, I think you should give yourself enough space to be live a decent amount of hours throughout the week and just make every stream a long stream, you know? Do like 7-8 hours of stream. Do like 7-8 hours for each stream. You'll still end up with like 32 hours a week. And you can spend all the time that you're not live making other stuff and uploading other stuff. Uploading clips of your stuff. You know, it's perfect that way. Plus, I think when it comes to being live a long amount of days in a row, it starts to wear on you in different ways. You find it's really hard to get enough sleep. You find it's really hard to focus. And sometimes you lose the motivation to stream if you have a night that's not so active in chat. I think you know what I mean. I've kind of gotten over that, you know, personally. If there's even just one person in chat, I don't mind. But like I said, not looking at the viewer count really helps with that, because I don't worry about the viewer count ever. I don't think about the viewer count. I don't fixate on it. Never. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just chilling here, having a good time. That's all I'm concerned about. You know, I never think about viewer count or anything, and it's so great that way. Just sitting here chilling, looking at chat, and talking to the people that do pop up. That's all there is to it. With PS4, I can't switch games. When I beat a game, usually got to end stream there. Like I can beat RE2 in just over an hour with cutscene less than 2 for a quick example. Well, you know, for an example of that, try to do the different scenarios. Like you can beat it in under an hour, sure. Do Leon A, then Leon B, then do Claire A, then Claire B, maybe. You know, that would give you a super long stream. That would give you at least 4 hours. And you could call that like a marathon stream, you know? That's the thing. It's like you just gotta find what you want to play for the night and just play it for a long ass fucking time. Those I find are the really enjoyable streams, not just for you, but also for your viewers. They really are. They're a blast. And it doesn't even have to be like, you know, just if you just find a game that you enjoy. But what I would really love to see, Dr. Red, is I would love to see you do just chatting type stuff, you know, like where you're just talking about life or, you know, things that you're interested in. Because, you know, playing games, you don't have to be stuck inside this box of playing games when it comes to Twitch anymore. Like Twitch used to be that way. I've talked about that many times. Like if you didn't have a video game on your screen being played, a Twitch moderator or someone with the staff of Twitch would come in and physically shut your stream down. They would shut it down. And so what a lot of people would do is they would download if they wanted to do a just chatting stream, they download League of Legends, which is a free game, and they would just click back and forth in a casual unranked match, and then they would just talk about life because it's like, well, I'm not breaking the rules, there is a game being played. They would do the absolute bare minimum to get a video game on screen so that they could then talk about this, that, or whatever they wanted to talk about. Kind of smart. I would love just chatting. I'm not very confident though. What if it's only me? My commentary is bad. I stutter a lot. Playing a game can make it easier for me to talk because I can pause as long as I need to, etc. Well, you know, practice makes perfect with anything. I was very hesitant to do just chatting at first. It was really Pitt who redeemed a just chatting segment one night, which is actually the first night I ever played Paranoiac, funny enough. Pitt actually redeemed that. And it was just awesome. Like, we all had a great time. We were all just talking about life and shit. And just from that alone, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I'd like to do more of these, you know? You got food? Oh, what'd you get, Sky? I mean, Rose. Sorry. Made a mistake. But yeah, look, it all just comes down to doing what you're enjoying. But I also think it's important to learn new skills with streaming. Like I said, I was hesitant to do just chatting, and now I'm super comfortable with it. Sitting under these lights and talking to you guys is one of the most comfortable things like in my life outside of Bridget. Just sitting here talking to you guys. I love seeing the same names. We always talk about stuff. I feel like I know you guys more than just names in a chat, and that's awesome. Tomato soup. Oh, dude, tomato soup and grilled cheese. Fuck, it's so good. Tomato soup and grilled cheese is fucking amazing. But yeah, I feel like I know you guys better than just names in a chat. And that's awesome. You know, it's not something that you can often say about your viewers. Was thinking the same thing. Grilled cheese OP. Dude, it fucking is. It's so good. Brother got my PC cord to work again. I might do some Paranoiac speedruns. Oh, your laptop. Yeah, you said your laptop was broken for a while, right? Because the charger cord wouldn't work. Dude, this guy on my fucking friends list, Cobra Virus, he is fucking getting all the Resident Evil achievements here lately. He almost makes me want to go back and achievement hunt. Yeah, dude, here lately, I've basically just been a fucking Resident Evil streamer. Honestly, that's all I've been fucking playing. If you guys haven't noticed, which I'm sure you have. That's all. Oh, by the way, I did pre-order Village. And I have the first playthrough set up for a new game, Death Stranding Director's Cut. I bought this today. I gotta sneeze. No, 100% Sky. I feel like I know because I remember things about you guys. Like I remember a lot. I remember when you told me that Lost in Vivo helped you a lot with your you know, your ED and stuff like that, and I can see why, because the imagery in that game is so spot on. And I just remember, like, when I finished the game for the first time, I remember glancing over and you typing, you specifically typing, and that's how that game helped me, you know. And you were talking about how, yes, what, Lost in Vivo? Are you talking about Death Stranding? Yeah, I bought Death Stranding Director's Cut today for $23. This is going to be a very fun first play. I don't know shit about this game except the fact that Norman Reedus is in it. I've never seen a second of gameplay. I have not seen any. I only watched the reveal trailer from like 2015, so I don't know anything. I purposely kept myself as in the dark as possible about it so that I could experience it completely, you know, for the first time. Your favorite color? Gotta be red. Gotta be red. It's either red or yellow. Yeah, Rose Gigachad. I feel like I hear nothing but really great stuff about this game though, so that's why I'm excited. Yeah, I can't wait to try this out either. I was wondering if I could change my Bully redeem. I love Bully, but I kind of want to see something else, something more normal for this stream, but just as cool. Yeah, sure, Dr. Red. I'll go ahead and I'll unredeem Bully for you. I changed my alt PFP to red and black looks sick. Yeah. Oh, I just got flashbanged. Oh god, these just chatting ones, dude. Topic for just chatting. Okay, you got your points back. My stream was a little behind. What? This is why on-screen chat can be handy. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for Death Stranding, man. It's gonna be so fucking awesome. Yeah, but Jordan did tell me he didn't know if he was going to be able to make the next stream, so that's okay. Alien Isolation. Kind of long, don't have to finish if you don't like it, but would love to see a nice long stream of this Chadness. Yeah. Alright, yeah, that would be perfect. That's definitely in line with this stream, and plus the fact that I've never actually finished the game, but I did enjoy it a lot. I think it's still installed. It's not installed, but I can install it easily. I've played 12 hours of it. I did a lot of, I played it on too high of a difficulty though. But I think that's what made it fun. Har. You, ara. Frambo is now in my head. What a great game that was. I didn't finish it, but it was an amazing game. I should have finished it. I'll put it in my favorites. It should be there anyway. Played 5 hours of it. I've never not seen the ending though. Dude, Bully would still be fun for a stream though, come on. I still have the mod installed. Got to do a full playthrough of Franbo. Yes, I do. It's a very long game though, I feel like. But, you know, I do miss just like starting a game and not quitting until I finish it. Like multiple streams until it's done, like we did with Little Misfortune. That was also fun. It only took me 3.5 hours to beat that. Hard is actually the normal. I put it on the hardest I could possibly pick. Yeah, long games are the best. I want to also get different music to use. I want to probably just use a YouTube playlist, but like I want to add things like this, like the Lost in Vivo therapy session music. I want to add things like this. And the walking music from House. You know, music like this. God, this is such a nostalgic song. I remember the night we played this for the first time, man. This was such a great game. And it apparently got a huge update as well. My anime chat outro here. Hey, what's the next watch party gonna be, you guys? That's my question, because Mag was asking me about that. What should our next watch party be? Dave and Nemesis both said The Grudge, but I think the first Alien would be a good one. I have the actual Blu-ray pack of the first 3 Alien movies, so that would be perfect. House. The game House got an update. Alien is a great movie, yeah. And we also, I don't know if you were there for that one, Dr. Red, but when we watched The Thing, that was also a fucking fantastic movie. Well, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to play CVX without Jordan. If Jordan doesn't show up tonight for the stream, then we may have to play CVX without him. And I hate that because he redeemed it, but he can always check out the VOD, you know? I know, I love this theme. It's so relaxing. Don't play without him. What do we do if he doesn't show up tonight, though? What do we play instead? Play something else. Welp. Yeah, the Code Veronica save room theme though, dude. Holy shit. This is so good. Something really easy to get into without having to make a part 2. Something like USF4, not recommending it, just an example. Well, I can't play that right now because Bridget is sleeping. But yeah, something that's really easy to get into without having to make a part 2. That's a good point. I suggest Lost in Vivo for tonight. Like for Saturday night stream. I think that sounds great. I think that sounds phenomenal. If Jordan doesn't show up, we'll play Lost in Vivo. I've been feeling like going back to that one. I've always said it's I've always said of the Steam indie horror games that I found, it's definitely one of the best, if not the best. You played Alien Isolation without me, it would break this Dar's heart. Alright, I won't play CVX without him, but if he shows up, we'll stop playing Lost in Vivo. Lost in Vivo will be our in-between game. Anytime someone doesn't show up for the next couple streams for their redemption, we'll play that. I actually have been in the mood to play this again. Hey, appreciate it, Dr. Red. No problem, man. But yeah, I'm absolutely maxed out on coffee for today. I've been up, I got up at like 6 a.m. So I've been up for a long fucking time, like 16, 17 hours. I'm trying to see. Happy duck face, yeah. And I say this about Lost in Vivo a lot, but the thing is it actually succeeds in what it set out to do, which is very rare. But it emulates having a nightmare or a dream successfully without bullshitting. Because a lot of games that it's like, oh, you're having a nightmare, and it's like you're talking to somebody and then their head falls off. Or, like in the Resident Evil 3 remake, like Carlos comes in and then he turns into a zombie before your very eyes, but it was all just a dream. But that game actually nails the feeling of having a nightmare because things are not sensical. Things don't make sense in dreams. They're completely nonsensical. The layout of places doesn't make any sense. Sometimes you might not even be what you think you are in a dream. Like I liken it to the hotel one when you're actually just a cockroach and you don't realize it. None of them make sense. There's these nonsensical scene changes. There's no structure really. It's just random subconscious thoughts going on. And I love that about Lost in Vivo is that it did that correctly. It's so rare for games to do that correctly, but it did. And also the notes that you find, like around the train station, it gets your mind wandering, like, what the fuck happened here? On way more of just a surface level. It's just a phenomenal game. It really is. It's a great game. And I'm very excited to play it. And let me just say, guys, I'm fucking sorry for the short stream tonight, but I'm exhausted. I write down my dreams and none of them make sense. Yeah, same. I've had so many dreams here recently, especially on sleep aids, that make no goddamn sense and they freak me the fuck out. But yeah, I'm sorry for the short streams. This one especially, but when we come back tonight, I'm going to get plenty of rest. I actually already took some melatonin. It's starting to hit me a little bit. I'm going to get plenty of sleep. We're going to come back tonight and we're going to hit it hard. We're going to start early. we're going to play Lost in Vivo to start out with, and then if Jordan shows up, we'll swap over to CVX. We'll get some video games in. We'll actually have fun, and we'll have some more interesting content than this ugly fuck. So I will talk to you guys tonight, and yeah, you guys have a great rest of the night. I will talk to you later. Goodbye. I'm also going to change this screen here soon.